And I've seen a lot of cops, seen a lot of lawyers pull out all the stops, seen a lot of children with their guns in their hands, felt a lot of women refuse to understand. Well, I don't think I understand why we're making such a fuss, and I don't think I understand what's come of all of us, and I don't think I understand why we take the world for granted. I just want to get right back to you. Guitar Players Planet. You see it in the papers, you read it every day. The riots and the fires going on in South LA. The muggers and the government, they're all wanting the same thing. They take you for your money, I whatever else bring. Well, I don't think I understand why we're making such a fuss, and I don't think I understand what's come of all of us, and I don't think I understand why we take this world for granted. I just want to get right back to Guitar Players Planet. Take me. Such a fuss, and I don't think I understand what's come of all of us, and I don't think I understand why we take this world for granted. I just want to get right back to Guitar Players Planet. 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 Guitar Players Planet.
Make a little love down by the water. Maybe have a son, maybe have a daughter. When the music man calls, that's when I gotta play. For the things we never had, I'm burning with hate, with love. Spin around, 'cause as a boy I had a dream. Carry it with me today.
Sunny skies, the smell of palm tree air. Looking back, I could never feel fair. The way the music has touched my soul, the way that the South holds its control. But I've got a new way to choose. I'm gonna start running back to the lands of the new. Oh, na 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 na. That I have lost my friend. Got the sunset off the highway again. Then I get lost on a long summer day. I must go back before it's too late. You're afraid, you're feeling alone. Time and space can never unfold. The holidays can ring in your fear. The ghost embrace can only mean tears. And I've got a new way to choose. I'm gonna start running back to lands of blue. Oh, na 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 na. Sitting at the lake, I'm feeling confused, but I had my guitar, so I played this blues. But I'm afraid, what might be true, that I might never be back again. Seems to me that I have lost my friend. Got the sunset off the highway again. Then I get lost on a long summer day. I must be back before it's too late. Before it's too late.
Someone to take me down at night. Someone to make my day. New revelation fills my soul. Oh, I can waste away. You distracting my attention. You're all that's on my mind. You not looking for perfection, but you're too hard to find. Now the first night is coming, and I know what to do. You know that nothing feels sweeter than someone Yeah, you. Oh, you. Yeah, you. Oh, you. All right. Yeah. Where did my color go? Got your head in the sand. You can't be in control using a powerful hand. I wanna be you, I wanna see you. Don't taste the kisses of hate. Don't try to tell me, don't try to sell me, don't try to say it's too late. You're gonna push me to the edge, back me in a corner, making me stand in your shoes. Push me to the edge, hide a little color, it's black and white and blue. Black and white and blue, yeah. All right. Yeah. Cat learns to ring a bell. Rat gets free from the maze. We can be taught to love. We've got to learn a new way. I wanna see you, I wanna be you. Don't taste the kisses of hate. Don't try to tell me, don't try to sell me, don't try to say it's too late. Yeah, you're gonna push me to the edge, back me in a corner, making me stand in your shadows. Push me to the edge, and a little color is black and white and blue. Black and white and blue. Yeah. I wanna be, I wanna see, don't taste the kisses of hate. Don't try to tell me, don't try to sell me, don't try to say it's too late. Push me to the edge, back me in a corner, making me stand in your shoes. Push me to the edge, and a little color is black and white and blue. Yeah, black and white and blue. You're going black and white on the edge, back me in a corner, making me stand in your shoes. Push me to the edge, and a little color is black and white and blue. Black and white and blue. Oh, look at that goatee there, Dan.
It's coming in, right?
Yeah.
It's coming in, man. I grew it during COVID, and because you guys know I'm in retail and I deal with food, and they said they don't care what your face looks like because everyone's wearing a mask. So I guess that changed everybody's outlook on things. So now we took the masks off, and they say, don't worry about it, as long as you keep it, neat and trimmed, and you're not like you don't have a ZZ top kind of thing going. You'll be fine. And so I said, all right, now I'm growing it back. So yeah, I said the hell with it. I think we are gonna have a sick kind of group tonight because I know Tegan's coming on too, and I hear beeps going on in the background. I heard something going on. Anyway, so how's it going, everybody? Hey, we got Pete Proul here tonight. He's gonna make a little announcement in a second. I just want to go over some stuff because we got some really cool stuff going on. And if I could grab this at my screen real quick. Wrong PowerPoint presentation. There we go. F5. And I added a new slide. You're gonna like this.
Can't hear.
That's because you need speakers. Eric's having some technical difficulties. And let's see. I'm waiting for this to share. All right. There we go. So thank you for everybody that's been taking a huge interest. It's been crazy over at in the back office of AstroWorld, I guess, if you want to call it, if there's such a thing. But it's getting kind of crazy. So I got to say thank you to everybody that's been showing an interest to the show. It's been just amazing. So our first sponsor, thank you to Woodland Hills and Cameron Telescopes at our main sequence level. They've been doing great. We're giving away a $50 gift certificate to Woodland Hills tonight. So stick around and see if you won. The next one is Red Giant level. We have Prima Luce Lab. And Pete, don't say it, but they're giving away something really awesome in June or July. So keep on the list of everything. And if you haven't registered to win anything, you better register. Register to get. So you go right to the website. You go down to contact us, and you just put your email in and you're registered. That's all you got to do. And Camera Concepts as well. They're going to be giving us a $50 gift certificate in 2 weeks. So we're going to give away so much stuff. It's going to be crazy. And then at the Super Giant level, we got Masters of, and Pete's got a big smile now. Masters of Pixinsight at the Super Giant level. Masters of Pixinsight, who we're giving away some stuff tonight from them, and Pete's gonna let us in on that when I'm done with my 4-minute spiel. I don't know if Eric, you got sound yet?
Yeah, we got sound. Can you hear me?
There you go.
Yeah, I got you. Good, awesome.
Good deal.
I'm gonna bring you down just a bit hot.
Yep.
And there we go. All right. So thank you to Masters of Pixinsight. Well, they've been so generous and giving us some whole bunch of free stuff, IP for AP and Masters of Pixinsight stuff. So more to go on that in a couple of minutes. And of course, I had to put something up because it's just been growing so much. Thank you to our member sponsors. All of you guys and girls out there that have become members of AstroWorld through the join button on YouTube. Thank you so much for and anything that you donate to us is going all back to you in terms of either shirts or prizes or giveaways or whatever. And it's good, maybe every once in a while, we need a new microphone or something like that. So we might have to get something like that. But what are you going to do? But, it's cost of doing business. But hey, thank you so much for doing everything for us. It's been awesome. And we'll keep it rolling. So we're coming close to 1,100 subscribers on YouTube, and we're keeping on building. So thank you so much to everybody. Some future guests. We got a bunch of future guests coming up. Friday, Mr. Hendrik Benjamin actually emailed me today, Pete. I think Pete kind of got the beat down going, and he is going to be here on the 18th. He's also going to he's backlogged right now with the Star 8. He doesn't have any prototypes to give us, but he said as soon as he frees up one, he's going to send it to AstroWorld so we can kind of test it out. So that's going to be really cool. On the 25th, we got Scott Roberts for his second time. He's going to be coming on. And if you haven't been watching the Global Star Party, AstroWorld's been asked to come on every week on Tuesday night to hang out and promote AstroWorld and promote astrophotography. Pete was on last week. I was on the week before solo. Eric's going to be on next week. We're going to go right through. Scott will be next. He doesn't know this yet, but he'll be next. If he wants to go, anybody who wants to go, Tegan, if he shows up, he can come on. Anybody, Jesse, or anybody that wants to come on. I'm going to try and make a rotation because I know we already do 2 nights a week doing this. So how much time do we really have? Anyway. But we got April 6th, we got Bob Denny. He's going to be giving us a rundown on Alpaca. Basically, it's ASCOM for Mac and Linux platforms. It's going to be quite interesting. Then we got Charles Bracken, who's the author of the Deep Sky Imaging Primer, amongst a couple other books. I have them. Actually, I brought them out. There you go. Here's the other 2 books we were talking about the other night. I have them ready to go at all times. And then we got Richard Wright, who from Starstone Software. I believe formerly from Santa Barbara, right?
No. He did all the coding for Software Biz. Yep.
Oh, Software Biz. Sorry, yep. The S's got me confused. So Software Biz. So that's going to be a lot of fun. And there's some more information for everybody for all of our other social media platforms if anybody wants to come check us out on any of those. So I believe that's the end of that. And then, so we got Pete who wants to make a little bit of an announcement, and I ran actually 7 minutes. That's about right. And okay. So Pete, it's all you.
All right. Well, I just Pete Prue. I'm coming to you live from the Masters of PixInsight World Headquarters in Sanborn, New York, and we are really excited to be a sponsor, the Super Red Giant sponsor of AstroWorld. And what we'd like to announce tonight, well, I guess we've given AstroWorld a bunch of certificates and for our workshops, and also some monthly and yearly memberships to the IP for AP tutorial series. And to kick it off tonight, we are going to be offering for the first time ever 50% off of all of our workshops during the broadcast tonight, and we'll keep the link up till 30 minutes after we're done here tonight. So I don't know, guys, am I able to share my screen and kind of show where to go? Oh, terrific.
Yep, right at the bottom middle.
Yep. All right, let me go here. Let me see what I can do. Here we go. All right. Let me know if you can see my screen.
I'm just waiting for it to come up on my side. It hasn't come up yet.
Chrome doesn't have access to your screen, so I have to give it access to my screen. Shoot.
You want me to go to the website? Is it on the website or?
Yeah. It is on the website. Let me just see here real quick.
I could always bring it up on my side too. So.
Okay, let me just see if I can do this real quick on my end here. Let me just give Chrome access. All right.
Listen, I'm good.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, talk amongst yourselves, right? All right, I don't know. Let's see if this is going to work if I do this here. All right, let me try it one more time.
You got it.
And if not, I will let you.
Hey, that's a long trip, but hopefully you'll get safe and sound.
Maybe it's not going to work for me.
You want
the screen. Let me see. Let me see what happens if I do that. Now, okay. So I tell you what, Dan, if you can go to the website, and I'll just guide you along.
Yep.
That'd be great. Okay.
There we go.
All right. So we're at the homepage of Masters of PixInsight. Just a little bit, if you're not familiar with Masters of PixInsight, this is something I've been on AstroWorld a while back, but this is something that kind of happened during the pandemic. We had been giving workshops around North America, including Canada, for about 2 years, and they were 3-day long workshops, and you have to travel and put yourself up, and we would go over, and we did have an intensive workshop for 3 days. We go from a beginner through an intermediate course. Well, the pandemic kind of put a stop to that 2 years ago, and we had 2 workshops scheduled, one for Buffalo and one for San Jose, and we had to cancel those. So we started to think, I said, you know what, we might be able to do this online, and that was Masters of PixInsight was born. And it's not that we're the Masters of PixInsight. We want to make you the Master of PixInsight. So if you go to our workshops page, okay, we do live workshops. We do a live workshop about either every month or twice a month. And what we do is we have a 9-part series, and it's a newbie series, which is 5 parts. And then we have a 4-part intermediate series. And so if you were to go to these workshops once in a row, we can keep on building on the processes and techniques that we use. And you go down here and you can come to the page and get a lot of info on it. So we start out with our newbies. Next step for newbies, dialing down the noise, dialing up the detail, masks unmasked, and then we go to our intermediate workshop, put it all together, and we talk about advanced integration techniques there, mosaics and other special techniques, which is coming up next Tuesday. And then we have a narrowband workshop, and then we wrap it all up with an Ask Us Anything. And people have been following the workshops and have been involved at the series. This opportunity for we poll you and figure out what you want, and we put together a special workshop for that. We also have what we call our Photons of Photos series, which is very, very popular, where we try to take an image or an object that's in the current night sky that everybody's imaging and go through and do a 2-hour workshop on just processing that object. And we have 6 of these that we've done and become extremely popular. And we will be doing more of these. So if you'll see, all these workshops are priced individually. So they're $35 each. And then tonight, though, we are offering all of the workshops for half price. We've never discounted our workshops. This is the first time we've done it, and we want to do it for the folks at AstroWorld and anybody tuning in tonight. So if you go to the link is go to the homepage, okay, and then just go into Masters of PixInsight Masters of PixInsight /AW for AstroWorld.
Oh, look at that!
Hey,
wow!
Okay, so 50% off, and we've done a couple different things here for you. So this page will only up tonight, and maybe our anniversary we'll do it again. Okay, guys. But
all right.
If you scroll down the page, I say we'll keep the page live till 11 p.m. Tonight. We'll keep it live for half an hour after the session here. So if you go down on this page here, all right, we have all the workshops and a little description of the workshop. You'd have to go to the workshops page if you want a more detailed description, but they're all $17.50 each. And we also have set up, if you go down a little bit, if you say you want to buy the whole 5-part series, go up a little bit, Dan. We've included a link so you can purchase all 5 of the newbie series. And we've done that for the intermediate series.
Awesome.
Okay, so if you scroll down a little bit, so the intermediate series, again, if you want to buy all 4 there, it's one price there. And if you go down to the Photons to Photo series, if you want to buy all 6 of those, we also have a link to purchase the entire set of 6.
Nice.
So, you know, it's a little, it's a, again, we love what you guys do. I particularly love it, especially when I'm out maybe imaging and be able to with everybody here. And there's always a lot of good information. You guys have some great guests on and things like that. And the talk is always good. In fact, during COVID, Dan, you and I and Jess and one other fellow, we got online one night because we all want to talk Astro.
Yep.
And,
Yep.
That was fun. I did it for my observatory that night too.
Yeah, that's great.
Okay. Yeah. It's mastersofpixinsight.com/AW for AstroWorld. And it's available, you know, this evening. And just again, a big thank you guys to, you know, or congratulations on where you're going with things and, you know, a kickoff to our sponsorship.
That's awesome. Thank you so much. I know our viewers are going to love it. So
thank you. Really. Thank you.
Yeah.
This is going to be awesome for our viewers.
Yeah. So if you want to, you know, I haven't really got much to say other than come and join us next, you know, for our mosaics workshop next week. Oh, the other thing about the workshops, the intermediate and the beginner and the intermediate workshop, we're going through our second full rotation of the workshops. We have mosaics on the 22nd of March, and then we're going to have in April and May, we'll have the last 2 of the intermediate series. If you buy any one of our workshops and they're repeated, you can come to the next live workshop. So we're going to continually rotate through because there's always new people coming into the hobby, right? So once you buy a workshop, if it's ever repeated, now the photons of photos are a little different because those are unique. But the other ones, if you can scroll up to maybe the intermediate or the any of these workshops. So if you bought mosaics last year when we first did it, you can attend for free. Okay, and all the workshops are recorded. You have access to any of the old workshops. All of our workshops have complete data sets. So the data we work on, you get that. We have the icon sets that we use and we update. And the nice thing about it is, as we're going through the year, we're finding that there are updates to PixInsight. So you are always have the latest and greatest. And another benefit, if you go to the top of the page, Dan, if you go, we have also our quick tips. Maybe you can go to that page up in the corner. Okay. So once you become a member of Masters of PixInsight, buying one workshop, you have access to, we do a free quarterly 1-hour workshop, and then we post them here in our quick tips page. If you go down here, we provide, again, data sets or any information there. And then we do have supplemental tutorials that we will throw in here. And you're on our mailing list. So I did one on creating a synthetic flat here, but you can see that that was thrown in. That's a problem I was having. I thought it was a good idea to put together a tutorial on that. But you'll have access to all the quick tips workshops here and free access to our live quick tips workshop that we do on a quarterly basis. And we also have a Facebook group that is for members only. And that's a great place to come and show your images. And it's also a great place because you get right into Ron and Warren's ear. Okay. Yep. So if you're having an issue, it's easy to get a hold of those guys and get them to answer your questions and things like that. And the way if you haven't been to one of our workshops, although PixInsight is a highly technical piece of software, and I know some tutorials people like to go through every little button and this and that and kind of show what big brains they have. This is very conversational, and these workshops are meant to explain things. And if there's something that we think is really not necessary, we're not going to go into it. We're not going to spend an hour on one, process and go through it from soup to nuts, because most of the processes in there, they're actually pretty good sometimes with just the defaults. But we'll show you how to get the best out of it. It's very conversational, and I am just running the site, and I've been partners with Ron and Warren for a long time. But those are the big brains here, my partners, and I learn as much going through these workshops as everybody else does. So so that's it. And again, I appreciate you guys letting me on tonight. And if you can just post that link once in a while, or put it somewhere where people can get to it.
Oh yeah, I already put it up in the chat once already, so we'll put it on throughout the course of the night.
Great.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So,
Bob just said he just bought all of them.
What's that?
Bob
Santos, he said, awesome, just bought all of them.
Bob got a deal.
Bob not only bought. Yeah, not only did he buy all of them, he just became our next sponsor too. So thank you, Bob. So somebody's got some money to burn. So Bob, I'm not working on Thursday, Bob. So come on Saturday if you want to spend some more money to Camera Concepts. But since first of all, Pete, thank you, and Warren and Ron for doing this. The support means so much, and you know how it is. Sure. It's awesome that we're able to build this relationship and all that. But since you're here, and I figure we may as well give our first giveaway for the night since you're here.
Okay. Terrific.
Why don't we give away a yearly subscription to IP for AP?
Okay, maybe we can explain what that is first. So
you're the expert.
Okay, so when we about 17 years ago, Warren and I started doing Photoshop tutorials, and then later on PixInsight tutorials. And what we did is we developed something called IP for AP, image processing for astrophotography. And we developed a website, and that was our primary way to teach people. And then, a couple of years back, we decided to do workshops based upon things that we were doing there. We recently merged IP for AP into Masters of PixInsight. IP for AP is a series of tutorials. They're 5 to 10 minute long tutorials that start from the very beginning, the interface, and we go through how to process an image. We will go through and show you batch preprocessing, weighted batch preprocessing, and then we're going to go through and show you how to do it all manually too. And then we go into nonlinear image processing. Again, we have a 3-part series there. And we have also what we call our Reloaded series, where anytime there's an update in PixInsight, we put out or a new script added, we'll do a tutorial on that. And it's a great reference site. Think of it like a book, like Warren's book, but in a video form. So maybe, Dan, could you bring that up real quick so I can show people?
What, IP for AP?
Yeah, just go to the Masters of PixInsight, and I'll show them where that
is. Yeah, I know where it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not Mapsters, Masters.
Napsters of PixInsight. I like that.
And subscriber homepage. And okay, and then there you go.
Yeah, so up to the top, the IP for AP tutorials.
Yep.
If you go up there, and then let's go to the IP for AP series content. So this is sold separately. This is a monthly or a yearly subscription, and this here will show you all of the videos that are in the series here. If you care to take a look at it. Again, this is separate from the workshops. We're not selling this tonight. You can certainly subscribe to it separately. And what's great about it is once you're in the website and you could use the search engine, you want to know something about DBE or super bias frames, you just go in and search, and it will take you through and to where you need to go for the particular process or thing that you're looking for. We also have what we call the workflow series. Again, Warren goes through and processes some different images here. It is an adjunct to the workshops. And again, it's a reference. I use this every time I'm processing. If I want to remember something or get maybe a hint about a process, Warren does scripted tutorials here. So they're right to the point. We have we have well over 300 subscribers to this particular series by itself. So again, that's something that you might be interested. So tonight we're giving away a year's membership to IP for AP. So
Wow.
I guess let the world of the wheel of names spin. I guess
The wheel, the Sean Nielsen wheel of names. That's what
it is. That's good because I used it too, Sean. Thank you.
and just to let everybody know is why we got 30 people that are watching right now. So first things first, if you registered to win, you're on the wheel. If you didn't register, you're not on the wheel. So register. Get your name in there, get your email in there, and register. It doesn't cost you a nickel to register. You just sit there, you put your name, your address, and you may, if you put your birthday in there, maybe you'll get a happy birthday from AstroWorld. And other than that, that's about it. But this is the people that are on it. We got 27 people on there. And so, ready? No whammies, no whammies. Here we go.
No whammies.
There we go. And the winner of the 1 year is, you just missed it, Mark. Al Need, it looks like. Al Need, who is actually in the chat. I saw him in the chat. So I gotta write that down. Al Need, and I'll get you his email.
Yes. Terrific.
1 year IP for AP.
Yes, and we've got, I think we gave you 15 of those to give away this year. So
I believe that's right. Yes. Yep. We got 15 of them. I think we got over 40 workshops. I think
43 workshops.
43 workshops. Yeah. So unbelievable. That thank you so much for all that support, because I know that that all of the people that are watching could definitely use the knowledge that you put out there. So it's just awesome that you're able to do that for us and our watchers. So thank you so much.
Peter, thank you. Thank you.
We appreciate you guys, and we appreciate all the users out there. We've made such good friends during the past 2 years. I mentioned we have subscribers on all 6 or 7 continents. Okay, and it is our traffic on a daily basis is incredible. Where we got people coming from, and so again, thanks and. Masters of Pix Insights, that's AW, and some really good deals, and I'll stick around in the chat. What's the best way for me to do that? Get on Facebook?
What's that? YouTube. You can go right to the YouTube.
YouTube.
Yeah.
Okay.
If I can ask the membership, you guys really got to sit there and you got to type in thanks, Pete, because Pete went out of his way to do this. So definitely send Pete a little notes of kudos here. Thank you, Pete.
I'm getting a T-shirt, so I'm happy about that.
T-shirt's coming.
All right, great. Okay, guys.
Awesome,
Thank
Pete.
you.
Thank you so much.
On YouTube in the chat.
Thanks, Pete.
You got it. Have a good one.
Bye-bye.
Take care.
Wow.
That's amazing.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That is amazing.
So that was a surprise for you guys, huh?
Absolutely. That is fantastic.
So if anybody's here that missed it over the past 10 minutes, tonight only until a half an hour after the show starts, you can go to mastersofpixinsight.com/AW for AstroWorld, and you can get any of the workshops half price. So that's $17.50 for each workshop, which is awesome. Those are recorded. They're great. And you know what? If you get on to the 22nd is our next one. It's about mosaics and other techniques. So go check that out. You get it for $17.50. And when they come back around and do the newbies all over again, they're already doing another program that you already bought. You have access to that program for life. So even if it's live or not, you go onto the live one the next time it comes around and participate, which is really, really cool. So that's pretty awesome.
That's really awesome.
That is something special.
And Tegan, welcome. I'm glad you can make it.
Yeah, yes.
You all right?
Oh yeah.
Hey, I just want to let everybody know I just got a call from Christian Sassy. He's going down to Australia on Friday, and so within the next couple of weeks, he wants to definitely do a little live show for us from iTelescopes in Australia. So Dan, if you got
Nice.
any open dates on a Wednesday or Friday in the next 2 weeks, let me know and we'll get it set up with him.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, yeah, we'll talk offline. We'll set it up. Yeah, absolutely.
That would be great.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. That'd be from Australia.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's setting some more telescopes up down there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be cool. Yeah, for those of you that watch the show that missed the first edition of the Christian Sass show with iTelescope, it was really informative. He did a really great job. So go into history, go check out the video, and you can see it all over again. Get ready for the next one when he's down in Australia. So, how's everybody doing after all that? I'm so excited. I got nothing left to say. What's going on?
Wow. How can you follow that, right?
I don't know. I don't know.
I was going to ask Scott. Scott, is it hot in that house there? You got the sun baking down on you?
So I actually might be able to beat it. No, I can't beat it, but I could say something else. So another development in AstroWorld last night on Global Star Party.
Yep.
So for those of you that don't know what Global Star Party is, Global Star Party basically is it's a collaboration of people from all over the world that's put together by Explore Scientific, and they do shows every Tuesday night, and they're fairly long. It starts at about 6 o'clock Eastern and ends somewhere about 10 or 11. Now, yeah, it's pretty long. For the presenters, you don't have to stay for the whole thing, but I stay for a couple hours. But we just happened to be on dead last night on Explore Scientific, and the 15-minute conversation turned out to be an hour and change, and it was quite interesting. And in that after the show, Scott came up to me and told me he wants to give us a full-page ad in his monthly digital newsletter for AstroWorld. So we're going to be in that. I forget what it's called. I think it's the Skies Up or something like that. I haven't heard of the program, but I heard of the newsletter. But it's basically new, but it's going out to everybody that's in Explore Alliance. So
wow,
nice.
So
that's some advertising.
Yeah. So hey. No, it's a lot of fun. I did sign up for the Master Pix Insight Beginner Series. Thanks, Al, man. Trust me. You're going to love it.
Yep.
You're going to love it. Oh. All right, so that's all I'm going to say. Next, I'm done. I need a drink.
Anybody have any new toys?
Yeah, it's outside underneath clouds now. It literally is outside. It said it was going to be dark blue, a little bit of stuff coming through until about 10 o'clock. So it's out there in anticipation that it's going to subside.
What are you referring to? The filters?
Well, I got my Arco, my telescope. I got like 14 new things out there, and I don't even know where to even start. But I got the Optolong 3 nanometers that I only took literally. I took a picture of on the tack. 3 minutes. That's all I got. 3 minutes. And then the clouds came in. And then I never threw it out ever since because I had my telescope in pieces because I was waiting for precise parts with the adapter for the Arco. So, so it's been a mess. So I also I bought a red cat.
Oh, 71?
No, the little one. No, I got the baby. I got the baby brother. I got the red cat. With the little guy. Yeah, little brother. So I got that and it's all set up with the Deep Sky Dad, EAF, ASI Air, the whole thing. Has yet to see first light yet, but I finally just got that all put together.
And speaking about first light, did you guys see the James Webb telescope? The image of that star?
Yep.
That was awesome.
Yep,
Did you the background galaxies?
Oh my God! Was it something?
I have it. Hold on, if I can grab it real quick. Where's my pictures on my desktop? Here you go. JSWT. Here you go. So let me zoom in.
There's diffraction spikes.
It's crazy. So let's see if I can get back. And I got too many monitors. And there we go.
Yeah. I mean, look at that. Look at those background galaxies, though.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
1, 2,
8.
skip a few, 99.
It's crazy.
It's just
Unbel-
crazy.
Unbelievable picture. I saw that it came up. I think Tom Bramwell has been following this quite a bit and putting a lot of stuff on Facebook regarding it. And I think he threw the picture up there, and I saw it, or the news. I think it was a news thing by the Post. I think that was thrown up there. That I just grabbed the picture. I'm like, holy cow!
I don't know if I'm more excited for discoveries, how 250,000 years after the Big Bang, or the readings we get in the atmospheres of exoplanets.
Yeah,
I
just can't wait, to see really what, all the discoveries the web is going to bring to us. It's absolutely, to have this in our lifetime. It's absolutely amazing. I mean, the Hubble was great. The Hubble still is great, but the web is going to just blow our minds when it.
Yeah,
when
it's gonna be crazy.
Yeah.
A question came through from Carol. Said, "Why are there so many diffraction spikes?" Anybody could take it. I kind of know the answer, but anybody could take it.
Well, we do know it's not a Newtonian up there, so that's
right.
Yeah, it's not a Newtonian or a Ritchie-Cretan up there.
No.
I had to throw that out there.
And the mirror.
It's a
there's so many
CDK.
different. There's so many different mirrors on.
It's an F 0.1.
I don't know what if I look at the design.
It could be just going through its calibration process too.
Well, I think this is almost all done as far as collimation is concerned.
Well, you know what, Dan? Check that website, that link that I sent you. It'll tell you exactly right there in that link. Remember the James web I sent to you a couple days ago?
It does have 4 interfering beams, that the poles that come down and attach to the.
So basically, there's a post on here. It says the diffraction spikes visible are caused by the shadows by the secondary mirror supports used in the scopes. So there are these huge poles going down. So I mean, there's and plus the shapes of the mirrors are all put together kind of different.
So it's funny now that we're looking for the James Webb. What do we do with Hubble? We just kind of push it to the back burner and then just kind of watch it just re-enter. And then what are they going to do? Are they just going to let it re-enter and burn up, or what? I think that they should salvage part of it and bring it back to Earth and
at least
put it up for auction.
Unfortunately, I don't know what they could salvage, because we don't have a real space program anymore. We lost the shuttle.
Yeah,
Elon Musk will put up a ship and then kind of tow it back to Earth. That's what he's going to do.
Yeah, that's what it was
So it'll be an auction at Sotheby's, right?
Yeah, he's going to drive it in the car that he had on the ship. It'll be like Heavy Metal, the movie, if you remember that. But I think I'm dating myself here. I think. But,
Cap 404 saying, "Sell us the eye telescope." Can you imagine?
Yeah, there you go. You can bring it to California, bring it to Australia.
Can you imagine just keeping that guy in orbit and selling, and just allowing the general public just to?
How large is the mirror on the Hubble?
I'm not sure, but it's just crazy. I know it's crazy big.
Yeah, maybe a private firm can just buy it and rent time out on it and keep it up there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Talk about the ultimate hosted remote observatory.
So the Hubble is 2.4 meter telescope.
That's not the largest ground based. What's the the largest ground based visual?
Oh, I could definitely look it up.
Oh, that's the new one they're building in Chile, isn't it? The array something.
The VLA.
Yeah.
The very large. That's not visual though. Like.
No, I know it's not. Let's see, largest visual though. Visual telescope. Gran Telescopio Canarias is a 34-foot, 10.4 meter telescope in La Palma. Yeah, Spain, Canary Islands.
Man.
Built in 2009.
Well, I think I know what I'll do. I'm going to write to NASA, and I'm going to see if we can actually get some time on that big Hubble telescope, and we'll give it to our red giant sponsors.
There you go. That's gonna be a lot of fun. Chris Frierskin made it.
Hey, Chris.
And Senthil made it. You know, Senthil, I believe his kids were on the show. I think, well, at least one of his children, I think, was on the Global Star Party with the Explore Again, and they put a really cute kind of thing based on the search for extraterrestrial life intelligence.
Yeah.
Which said, and it was so funny. They were like throwing pictures of aliens up there and everything, and it was so cool. And I had to say something at the end of the show. I had to say something because I was so impressed about what there were these two kids. I don't know, then one's name was Sugi, the other one was Navi, and I can't believe I remember their names. Prevagen must be working, but I had to say something at the end of the show, and that's really one of the reasons why AstroWorld came into kind of fruition. To be honest with you, it's to corral that kind of that enthusiasm that these kids had to do it, and you know, and you know what, and I know, and all of us know that when you're in astrophotography, bam, you hit that wall, man, and it's like oh, nothing's going right, and everything's going wrong, and you just want to hang it up, and so and that's it. But you know what? That's why that AstroWorld got together. All of us got together so we could help everybody through all this stuff. So.
Well, you guys need to sprinkle some of your magic on me right now because that's about how I'm feeling.
Oh no, you'll be fine. You'll get through it. I know.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
It's the last night I took 6 hours worth of hydrogen alpha data on the Monkey Head Nebula, and Sequence Generator Pro only saved one image. It always, and it's been happening the past 3 times, and I can't figure it out. It says,
why would it do that?
It just gives me an error. Image failed to save to disk.
Really?
Yep. Sometimes it happens every 2 images. Sometimes, I guess last night it happened every image. So I'm switching to Nina.
Oh no, you are going to the dark side.
I have a Zoom meeting with a buddy of mine tomorrow, and he's going to show me the ropes, and I'm pretty excited to see what that brings.
Let's see. I just got a text message from Sean Nielsen. That would be an interesting thing to talk about, but I think that might be. Let's see. It's already 9:45. I think that's more of an hour discussion. So there was, and I got to get the pictures out. He has a really good test on the TAC with some filters with some pictures. That's a really good idea, Sean. And you know what? Maybe you could come on again and we could talk about that. Because I'll show it to the group and everything. There's some really good patterns that he was able to take a picture of. But let's see.
With the optical?
Yeah, with the 120 Esprit, the 2600, and the 3 nanometers without attack. So let's see. We got a lot of stuff going on here. Navin is Senthil's kid. I'm sorry, Senthil. I wasn't sure which one was your child. I knew one of them was. Let's see. So Chris, and I'm just going to put another shout out for Masters of PixInsight real quick. If you're just joining us, we're at 36 watchers right now. So a lot of people are joining us. So if you're just watching us, Masters of PixInsight right now, for the length of this show only, is giving everybody that's watching a discount on any of their workshops. Their workshops are half price, $17.50 for the workshop, usually $35. Go check it out. You go to mastersofpixinsight.com/AW. And you can go on there and check it out. And it's $17.50. So I just wanted to throw it out there. So, so who else has got toys?
Well.
Eric's got a smile.
He always has toys, I feel like.
Oh yeah, I always have toys. No, mine's the big toy. You know, the one I posted. I don't know if you guys.
Oh yeah. There you go.
Whoa! Look at that thing. It looks like a strobe light.
Yeah, that's the processing monster.
Oh yeah,
Yes. There he
Yeah.
goes.
4,000 gigabyte RAM.
Yeah, oh yeah. So it is online, up and running.
Yeah, you're gonna have to come up to New York and tell me what I'm doing wrong with these LRGB lights in here, because none of them are working. I don't know. I got the RGB cooler. I got a video card with RGB lights. I got my RAM that's got RGB lights. Everything's got, and yeah,
That's the crazy thing about these nowadays, are RGB lights and stuff like that. But
my fans are RGB.
yeah. So yeah, it's pretty cool. I still got a lot of work to do on it. Getting everything back up to the way I had my Dell, I got to get Pix Insight and APP reinstalled and a whole bunch of other stuff.
Nice.
So, but hey, at least I got it now, so I was able to use, so I can get online, use the camera, and enjoying the show and stuff like that. So it's pretty cool.
Somebody's asking what the specs are.
Oh yeah, this is a Radeon. This is a Radeon 9 5800, and this has a 6700 XT in Radeon video card, 12 gigabyte video card, 128 gig of RAM. It's got and my OS is running off of a single 500 gig SSD chip, the Samsung SSD Evo chip that's onto the motherboard, and then I've got a few other hard drives in here. And the CPU is water cooled, all that fun stuff.
Yeah,
Eric, I'm guessing you use
it is running on. Yeah, it is running on Windows. It's running on Windows 10, Chris. So yeah, I had licenses for Windows 10, so
there you go.
So
I didn't want to go out and buy new OEMs and stuff like that.
Eric, what do you feed the hamsters then?
Oh, it has more than just a hamster. It's so this thing is so mean. This is a freaking sewer rat. So yeah, it's a lot of fun.
That's great.
I mean, this is a lot of fun. I haven't done something like this since my youngest was born. Building a DIY rig like this. So I was kind of nervous a little bit. Because so many things have changed. So many things have changed with computers and everything like that. But it was like riding a bike.
Yep.
Getting right back in the saddle, so it was no big deal.
Yeah, that's what Jason and I did last year. Jason and I built my tower.
Yeah.
And same exact. The only thing that survived my last computer was a video card, because the video card I wanted was like $1,200. So I gotta wait. Video cards are starting to come down a little bit.
They are starting to come down.
Starting to come down. They're just minorly offensive in price, as opposed to like extremely offensive.
Price comes down, but interest rates go up.
I know. Hey,
what?
Shut them up.
Well, all my money's in a mattress anyway, so that's where it's staying. I thought
it was a positive death, Dan.
Yeah, really.
No, I can't put that in there. I may give it away. I'll give away a stack of hundreds.
I thought all that money was spent on precise parts adapters.
Yeah, and it's to the point where I have to measure them all and put tags on them, because I don't know what I have anymore.
I tell you what, Dan, seriously, if I'm going to need, hey, you know what? I got to talk to you offline, because I got to get a couple of precise parts. I want to see if you got something that maybe.
You know what? I might have. I don't know. We'll see. But I mean, I got the Ryzen 9 16 core also, with the 128 gig of RAM. The Aorus Master motherboard, 3 onboard M2 drives. I mean, it's awesome. It makes life so much easier that I could kind of do all this stuff. Oh, I got to throw a shout out to Timothy Sessoms. I haven't seen him in the chat in a while, but Timothy Sessoms needs. Ah, man, Sean, you have to do that,
dude. Sean, man.
I saw this big red block just come in my face. And I'm like, Sean just donated to AstroWorld. Thank you. You didn't have to do that, brother.
Sean,
Thank you so much.
You really didn't have to do that, but we really appreciate it, man.
Oh man, so that thank you so much. It helps, man. It helps buy the shirts that I'm getting to all these all these shirts I gotta buy now because they're part of the perk for the thing. So I gotta get them all. So all the red members, the Red Giant members get the Red Giant member T-shirt, and the main sequence get the Red Giant get the polo, the main sequence get a T-shirt, and the Protostars get a Red Bubble shirt. So I mean, it's like you just bought bought 3 shirts, Scott.
Yeah, like you were saying, man, none of this goes towards us. This is all going right back.
Yeah,
it's all about giving back. So
yeah, it's to the point, man. I'm gonna have to start filing taxes because I swear I'm gonna either have to go. I'm either gonna have to do a DBA or a nonprofit or something. I gotta do something.
What is the Canadian dollars?
It's Canadian dollars. Hey, Sean, what is the rate? What's the currency exchange now between Canada and USD?
Oh, I don't know. It's less. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. 88 cents now?
Yeah, who knows?
Let's see. USD to the dollar.
Hey, but you know what? Only I can understand this, Sean. You just sent this money with Canadian Tire money. You'll get it.
Yeah, it's about 80 cents to the dollar. So,
wow.
But hey, you know what? And listen, Sean, love you, man. Thank you so much. Rocky Mountain Astro, Tegan just sponsored us. Tegan joined the sponsor. Thank you so much. I'll get you a shirt out.
You know what? I don't know why I wasn't a part of it. So. There you go. There we go.
Oh man, this is awesome. We had 39 people watching at one point. It's turning out to be really, really good. It's just growing and growing.
Absolutely. Hey, have we got any photos that we can critique?
Well, I don't know if anybody watched if anybody took a look at the picture of the week, but we do have some pictures in there.
Yeah. What do you think, guys? You up for a critique?
Always.
I'm always.
Always. All right. So I gotta actually download 2 of them because they're TIFFs and fits. So give me a second. I'll download them all. 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 4.
Of which 3 of those are Mark, right? Hey, Mark, you put those in?
No. Mark put it in his elephant trunk again, reprocessed. He called it. It was funny. I love Mark. Mark's a great guy.
Yeah.
Me and him talk so much. Oh,
hey, Mark,
yeah, it's going up.
Did you balance the plane wave, the L350?
I know he was in there before, so this is downloading. So give me a second. It's downloading. And let me start up PixInsight. Just do it all on PixInsight.
Mark said, not the trunk, the cave.
Oh, no. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought that was Mark. I'm sorry. My bad. Wrong Mark, maybe. And I got PixInsight up. There we go. Oh, yeah. So we were talking with Pete. Apparently, the new PixInsight update has some glitches in it. So. I don't want to do the PixInsight update.
Hey, weren't we also going to kind of bring in our embarrassing photos too, and we're going to judge?
We are. We need to talk about that offline.
Yeah, I was going to say.
We need to talk about that offline.
I have some offhand right now.
He's got the picture of Sequestrator Pro that downloaded one image. But yeah, so we got an Auriga complex picture. We have a horse head. We got an elephant trunk, and we got an M51. And I haven't seen 2 of them yet. So and this will be for the pic. And if you I should show this while we're doing. If you haven't been on the web page, you may want to go check it out. And I'm going to show you real quick. me and Pete did some changes to the website, and it's coming out really, really good. Let me just where am I? And where's my?
Scott, any update with your rig?
Scott, you there? Oh, there you
Yeah,
go.
I'm waiting on Farpoint to send me the gaskets so I can use my filters.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Oh, you're still waiting for the gaskets?
How long has it been, Scott, for those gaskets?
I'm missing 2 gaskets.
And you mean to tell me they couldn't send you? That was what, 2 weeks ago, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a while ago. I can't believe that happened. That's
They didn't
crazy.
send you enough with the.
Nope. No, they said originally they sent me the 50 millimeter gaskets for 36 millimeter sliders. Yeah.
That won't work.
1, 2, 3.
And me without my shrink ray.
Just throw them. Hey, Scott, just throw them in the dryer.
Yeah, put them in the microwave, right?
There you go. Or just go to the auto shop and make your own.
I swear, man, for 2 gaskets you've been waiting almost like 2 weeks. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's out of control. All right. So here we go. So here's the website.
Oh, Pete also mentioned that there's no glitches, just some repository issues for the new Pixel setup.
Yes, it was mostly in the repository. Yeah, they didn't update the repository issues, but so here's the website. So we got our special guests. You can go take a look and see what the special guests we have coming up. We got the picture of the week. So Dave, I didn't have your last name, Dave. It just said Dave's Cigar Galaxy, and so you just see Dave. So I guess you know who you are. So you're the picture of the week last week, and down here is where you use your email to register to win certain things, and there'll be more in here. We just didn't want to put one wheel for everything because some people don't want certain things. So we made different wheels for everything. So if you want to register to win a $50 gift certificate to Woodland Hills, you could use your email, put your name in your email, and then just enter. Very simple. And I put all of our member sponsors on the website as well. And what was the other thing? So when you go under, everyone's been asking me, how do I submit my images? It's right here on the website. Submit your own image right here. When you click this, it goes right to the folder. You just drop it. Just drop it in there, and that's it. It makes it so easy.
Yeah, just don't forget to, if you don't mind, just don't forget to maybe add in your specs or details of the image, so it helps us.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so just add a text message like everybody here has done. Most everybody. Somebody forgot one. What's that music in the background?
It's my clock in my kitchen.
Oh. Okay. Oh my goodness. What is that, Harry Potter? Sounds like Harry Potter. Anyway, moving on. There we go. So that's how you do that. So those are a couple of things that we added on. So go take a look and see. You get all the stuff you need right there. So, and there we go. All right. So let's take a look at these pics. How about that?
Sure.
All right. So what do you want to see first? We got the elephant trunk, M51, a horse head, and the Auriga complex.
Doesn't matter. Just grab one.
Doesn't matter. We'll go to first. Here you go.
Go to the first one.
Let me get this out of the way. All right. So this is a reprocess of one that was submitted, I believe, last week or 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
Let's see if I can get in here a little bit. And I know this was, believe it or not, this was Eric's choice, I believe, for Picture of the Week a couple of weeks ago. Right?
Okay.
No, it wasn't.
Which one was this?
This was the elephant trunk. You
Oh,
can't see
yeah.
it. Oh, I'm sorry.
I don't see
Whoop,
it.
there
I
you
don't
go.
see it.
Sorry.
Okay.
I'm looking at
Yeah.
it. And,
See, I like this. I really do. I think this is a really good shot.
Yeah.
I like it too.
I like it.
I think it's as much as like narrowband data, is nice. An LRGB or a broadband photo of a emission nebula, I think is some of the most. It's so natural and ethereal looking, and this is a good photo. I think the stars may be a little bit magenta, but the color of the hydrogen alpha and like that central region up top and the actual trunk, right there, that yellow, that golden yellow hue is on point. You can see the detail within the trunk itself. Like that's a good photo. I don't know if was hydrogen alpha used in this as enhancement.
And let me get back to the spec on this real quick. And where's my downloads?
Because I personally really miss shooting LRGB emission nebula, and I haven't been able to really do that since I lived out in Colorado. Because now in Bortle 7, I don't even.
Yeah, you need to have some good skies.
Yeah.
To be able to do this in LRGB.
Let's see, where is it? This is the elephant trunk. Yep. So the elephant trunk was taken June 17, 2020 on a trip, blah, blah, blah.
What's that? What kind of skies?
Bortle 3.
Bortle 3?
Yep.
Yeah, Bortle 3 site.
There you go.
GT 102 with an ASI 183 on a CEM 40, 4.6 hours.
Wow.
Nice.
You know what I like about the image too is can you open it back up, Dan? Have you ever noticed how when you get a lot of stars, the stars just overbear the image? Here we have a lot of stars, but it's not overpowering the image. It kind of enhances the image.
Yeah.
Like how many times do we look at what's that one target? It's got all kinds of stars. Like, I know what it is. Like the Ghost of Cassiopeia. The Ghost of Cassiopeia, how it just gets so overpowering with those stars. But here, these stars are just tastefully, I don't know. There's a lot of them, but they just don't overpower the image.
Yeah, no, it looks really, really good. I think again, I think Tegan's right. They are a little bit magenta. They're a little bit purple, some of them. But other than that, I mean, I think Eric's right on this one. The Tegan, the H alpha behind the nebula.
Yes,
it gives it that kind of like 3D effect.
It really gives it that 3D effect. It really does.
That halo.
It's popping out at you.
Yeah, it's really good, and that's why it was. Believe it or not, this was a second place winner in one of the weeks. But maybe it'll make it the first. We'll have to see. Let's check the next one.
That could be a contender.
For sure.
Oh, jeez. Don't even start doing it. All right. Horsehead Nebula.
We don't see it in narrowband often.
Nope. And I'll get the, let's see. Let me see. Where's the...
There's something about this one.
It's the contrast. I think it's the contrast, the smoothness and the contrast.
The smoothness.
You could stretch it a bit more and get some of those the fainter hydrogen alpha signal around the outside of the nebula. But he did this in such a way in which even without that, that more aggressive stretch, the horse head is so prominent.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that's nice.
So it's 294 mm.
How did you calibrate out your flats? Your
yeah. Don't start, Tegan. Here you go. You had to bring it up, didn't you?
Always.
Oh yeah.
Gotta be 2 seconds or more. 2 seconds.
Yeah,
but
up those flats. That's my
so what do you got? You got 125 minutes, and so another 100 minutes. So what is that? 350 minutes. So it's almost 6 hours. Bortle 7, Springfield, Virginia, with an 80 millimeter Apo. So,
and this, and this also goes to show sometimes, if you go back to this, sometimes you see people who put, so much time into their images, right? And this one, and with this, now, I will say, because even if you go back in, if you zoom back in, there is a little bit much on the noise reduction.
Oh yeah, I mean, look how smooth the edge is.
Yeah.
There is a bit much on the noise reduction here. Like it was a little
I agree.
Like it was
overdone.
Zoom in
overcooked.
on the horse head again.
Yeah, a little overcooked, but because especially when you see the horse head right there.
Bring it in on the horse head again.
Yeah, if you go bring it back on the horse head, you can see, the noise reduction, how it was a bit overdone. And
he's got fringing.
Yeah, you see the fringing and everything.
Yeah, and then take a look at the Flame Nebula too.
Yeah.
You can see that definitely in the heart of the Flame Nebula.
Astrophotographers at heart are pixel
see?
keepers.
Yeah. There's definitely a lot of over post processing.
Yeah, it was over processed, but it also, but this what I'm getting at is the amount of time you need to put into an image. You don't necessarily need a lot, several days, depending on the target. You don't need like 3 or 4 days worth of, imaging, because this was basically 7 hours. So it's basically
it was just under 6, yeah.
Just under 6.
That's like a night.
I mean, the processing needs to be toned down a bit, but it does go to show you don't need a lot of time to get some good data.
I think when that extra data comes in, when you really need that extra data is, well, one, on dim targets, obviously, but when you really want to push the faint nebulosity and the faint details, that extra data is absolutely necessary. If you're shooting the Orion Nebula or Andromeda 4, 5, 6 hours, that's fine. But the more data you have, obviously, that's going to be one, it's going to prevent, it's going to allow post-processing to be light year exponentially easier. But then you'll be able to just stretch the data, add more contrast without adding that extra noise that you would have added with less data. Now, it takes, knowing your equipment and your skies to really find that middle ground of what's too much, where you're diminishing returns.
Yeah, that's what we talk about that so much on the show about how much is enough.
Whenever you're satisfied, it's enough. And then when you're like, I want to take a better photo, increase your exposure time, and then maybe your standards on your own photo will change, and then you'll ultimately realize, hey, I need 10 more hours of data on average to get a photo that I think is good enough.
And this is also,
do me a favor, zoom in on Elnatech, please. Because once again, this photograph, Elnatech is going to be really the killer star here. So you can see that there's definitely been a little bit of over processing on Elnatech to be able to get it that not having that degree of halo around it.
Yeah. But this also goes to show, when we talk about this quite a bit, is to save your data, because this is some good data. And if you wanted to get more, to bring, to your point, Tegan, to bring out a bit more of the fainter nebulosity, and that's not just on the horse head, but any other, piece of data that or target that you've brought out and that you've imaged, and you've got good, and you started out really good, you found it pleasing, but you think you can get more. And say if this now, but it's maybe too late, because right now Orion's leaving.
Next year.
All right, so you have to wait until the fall again. Do you have to
You
go
got,
wait
you got,
till the fall?
you might have a little couple weeks left. Maybe just after, But once you hit probably April 1, it's going to be too far low in the south.
But if you're lucky it's so bright, you can shoot an hour and get a decent image.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. And as a matter of fact, the M42 is actually still in. I just put out the newsletter today. It's actually still in there saying, "Hey, this is your last chance to get it." So go grab it if you can.
Yeah, because right now I'm working on the rosette. Another shot of the rosette. I haven't done it in a bit, so figured I'd go after it a little bit. But it's going to be going very soon. It's going to be going soon, and so I'm going to hold on to this data if I can't collect enough now, and then I'll wait until until the fall, and I'll start all over again.
Sean's going nuts. Sean's going nuts. He just became a sponsor.
Oh.
Thank you, Sean. Thank you so much.
Here's a good question. Once Orion and the Rosette leave, and the Milky Way doesn't rise till what, 3:45, 4:15 ish a.m.
Mm-hmm.
You're in Bortle 7 skies. What do you shoot? What's out there besides the Owl Nebula?
You start getting books like this or the other books, and you just start hunting.
There's nothing besides.
That's not true. You got the Come on. You got the whole SH catalog you could go banging away at. You could definitely do that. But you're right. I mean, I'm with you on Bortle 8. I'm shooting 30-second shots. I'm gonna do HA on. But my next thing is I'm gonna do HA on the cigar, and that's what I'm gonna start doing. I'm just gonna try and get something, anything.
It's tough, Dan, and
it is. It's horrible.
It is.
And now they want to keep daylight savings time forever. What is that all about? Did you see that? It's going to the House. It's going to the House. They're going to keep daylight savings time permanent.
You can't mess with the universe like that.
You know what? I was thinking about it. I said,
never underestimate the stupidity of Democrats.
Stop it!
Hey,
Stop it!
Isn't it nap time?
Jeez.
Stop it!
We keep politics out of this, please.
Yeah.
You know what you do, Tegan? If you can't find a target, that's when you start to fine-tune your mount. You hyper-tune it.
Yeah.
You do all your stuff so you're ready now for when summer comes around. That's
what
there you go.
I think I'll be sending my mount. All of my USB ports on my Sim 60 are loose, and they're probably corroded because I keep my mount outside pretty much 24/7. Yeah. So I think I'm gonna send it in for a tune-up and wait for the 533 mono to come in so I can start fresh come June.
And then get a copy of Pempro, and then go ahead now and start to do an update on your periodic error control so that you've got your tracking down within less than 1 arcsecond peak to peak.
Well, it's been on average 0.3 to 0.6 depending, but
there you go.
Yeah, that's good.
Nice. Yeah, Sim 60 has been a beast of a mount. For the 3 years I've had it, I don't think it's failed me once besides connection issues.
Your biggest issue right now is getting the data to the computer. I mean, that's. But hey, again, we've all had issues. I mean, I got to be honest with you. I haven't had. I never had that issue with Sequence Generator Pro. But I mean, I'm not saying that. I haven't used it in a year either. So
I have the ASI Air Plus. That could be a very quick fix to my issue. I just don't have a ZWO guide camera. I have my QHY.
Yeah,
it's time to get. Just go ahead, bite the bullet, get a 290 mini.
But then hopefully Nina solves this issue, so I save money. Yeah. Who knows?
You know what? I would be surprised if it doesn't solve the problem.
I don't know why I haven't tried it. I've troubleshooted nearly, done every single thing that I could think of besides trying like SharpCap or APT and seeing if it saves all my exposures.
There you go. I'm telling you, I'm looking at my guide camera right now, and it looks like the clouds, at least at wherever the guide camera is pointing right now, that I don't have any clouds right now. So that's a good thing. So hopefully I'll be able to do something. I don't know what I'm going to do.
One thing, Tegan, that I would say is look to, and this is what I've been doing, but you got to wait until we get past the full moon here again. Look into Cepheus. Go after the dark nebulae. You got
yeah, it's a little hard.
You can do some, dude. Just do
maybe the iris
exposures. Just stack those suckers.
I got a good iris. I got a good iris.
I'm all about like gathering data, and
what about the IF
30-40 hours?
Ned.
What about the IFN around the North Star, around Polaris?
See, that's a good one. I'd love to have like a 135 millimeter, like a Rokinon F2 for that or something. But
I've seen some of those images.
I have the Red Cat, but 250 millimeters. But man, I really like dark skies for that.
I hear you. I hear you.
Well, what's our next photograph, Dan?
Yeah. Go for it.
Give me 1 second.
I'm telling you, Chris. I think I'm gonna. I'm ready for it. I'm ready for going after my shark again.
Yeah, I'll just show you this real quick.
Cepheus?
Yeah, I'm ready. Summertime. Spring, summer. Sharks coming back.
More sharks.
And this time, and
the waters are warm at Eric's place.
And unlike Dan, I shoot mine in actual broadband.
Wait.
Tegan, hold on. Tegan, I'm sorry, your connection's bad. I'm sorry. Wait, what?
An SHO shark.
Oh,
so listen. In my own defense.
You were just learning, Dan. You were just learning.
No, I wasn't. I was just being stupid. But I was doing a lot of narrowband, and I made my sequence, and I went to bed, and I forgot to change it from SHO to RGB, and I spent an entire 10-hour night. Got completely nothing. So, but yeah, so just so you know, so this is Bortle, pretty much Bortle 7, I would say, right? So that's a Bortle 7.
Nice,
and that's nice.
Yep.
And
is that yours, Dan?
Yeah, it's mine.
So it is possible, Tegan.
It is possible. Absolutely.
I mean, with exposure time, anything's possible.
That's about 8 hours.
That's impressive.
And how long were your lights? And how long was each exposure?
5 minutes.
5 minutes.
Yep.
And Bortle 7, you were able to. Get 5 minutes.
Yep. I had a nice cone around me of trees. Okay. And I took a chance, and I was able to kind of squeeze it down. It was the 5-minute shots.
See, you know what is confusing to me? This looks like the photo that I took in Bortle 3 with about how many hours of data did you invest in it?
There's 8 hours.
See, like, I don't understand. Like, every time I attempt the Iris Nebula, I shot in Bortle 3 for 20 hours, and the surrounding dust was about as prominent.
Yeah, I don't have a lot. I have some of it. I could probably get a lot more with a lot more data, but I would need at least another 15, 16 hours. Triple this.
Yeah.
But because it's in high light pollution skies, you're going to need to take lower exposure time and a lot more data. And honestly, 20 plus hours. I mean, that's what you really need.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. For an RGB project, anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, for I would say 25 or more for a narrowband, but I mean, my heart is 26 hours.
Yeah, I'm looking. I cropped the iris so hard simply because I could not pull out the fainter detail in mine. I just cropped it.
I want to revisit it again with the 127. That's with the 80. So.
That's with the 80?
Yep. No, I'm sorry. No, this is my old 127, my FCD1.
Okay, because that looks great.
Sorry, my bad. You're right. But no, I didn't have the 80 yet. But let's take a look at the next picture anyway.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Then we've seen this once before. I think we did it. This is Joshua's Auriga complex again.
Okay.
He reprocessed. You know what? He reprocessed it quite a bit differently. It was a lot more red the last time.
I don't see it.
Oh. All right, there we go. Sorry, let me zoom back out.
Oh, much better.
Oh, much better.
Much better.
Yeah, huge.
Much
you know, this is what I like.
Do you have the one that he had a couple weeks ago?
I do.
Like a side by side.
I do. If you want to give me a second on the side, I'll go grab it.
Because from what I remember, I really like the.
Look at that blue nebula around Earigi. I mean, look at how he's really just improved that. That's a 180-degree improvement. Look at that.
Look at that.
And the flaming star, that O3 is hard to bring out. You know.
I can't even bring that out sometimes.
With that, I feel like it did come with a little bit of added noise around the surrounding area, but that color is nice.
The Astropod.
Yeah, I do remember this one because his first one. Remember how red it was, Eric?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what a marked improvement.
For sure.
Previous weeks. Let's see, where is it? Here it is. Let me just download it again. Give me 1 second on that. I'm just downloading it again.
Yep. See?
Yep.
Let me just let me go back to I'll get it side by side. Come on, man. Show in folder. There we go. Let's get rid of this. Get rid of this. Bring it in the PixInsight. There we go. Okay, so there's one.
Oh.
Yeah. Can you?
I'm gonna make them the same. Yeah, give me a sec.
See, that's fine. I prefer the one on the right personally.
Really?
Really?
I think it has more background dust. The star color in the left image seems to be a little bit more crisp, but the background nebulosity on the right side seems to be a little bit more prominent. I guess it's just a little bit brighter overall.
It is brighter overall. The blacks are a little bit.
Yeah, to each their own, of course.
Right. I tell you, I like the one on the left. I like the tadpole. I think it's a bit more pronounced. I like that. You know, I think it stands out a bit more on the newer version and the newer process version, and definitely around Earigi. Yeah, that is a marked improvement.
It is. Mm-hmm.
You know, and I mean, even the cluster over in the top left there. You know, he's got some good detail here.
Plus, what I like is he's also shrunk the stars down a little bit, so the stars aren't overbearing as on the right side.
It's done some star reduction. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, definitely a marked improvement in my estimation.
For sure.
Yeah, you know, I'll say one thing I like and one thing could have done a little bit better. I love the flaming star. I think the blue into the red is really, really a nice contrast. I think there's a little bit too much green in here.
In the tadpole?
Yeah, I think there's a little too much green. I like this tadpole better here. I like that a little bit better.
That summons the next question: does green belong in an astrophoto?
You know what? No, I am a fan of a little bit of green. When it has to do with a transition.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're going like a green to a blue into the O3, you know, not a lot. I don't think a lot should be in there. But there's nothing wrong with a little bit. And again, like you said, Tegan, it's all about, you know, Tegan, you may hate it. I like it. It really doesn't matter. But it matters what, you know, if you're printing it and it's yours and you like it, well, the hell with what anybody else says, you know, but.
Of course, yeah. You know, I'll say I used to hate it, you know, but then now, like, I'll find that I'll do like an SHO combination in PixInsight, and it's pretty green, and then I'll be like, you know what, like, a part of me likes this, like, for some reason.
Yeah, I like the transition. You know.
Yeah, a soft transition between the hydrogen and the blues and it's good. Some green data.
Some green data. You go in there and people like blast their pictures with like SCNR in PixInsight or Hasta La Vista green in Photoshop.
In Photoshop, yeah.
And they just blast it, and they take every single bit of green out of it. It kind of it could ruin the photo. I think I really think it could ruin it.
I think that it gives it a if you take like a bicolor, an HOO image, palette, HOO versus an SHO, there's a sort of depth that you find in an SHO palette that you cannot get in a bicolor palette, and it definitely adds an extra dimension to a photo.
Absolutely,
if done properly.
I'll show you just an example of something that I like. Of course, it's going to be one of my pictures, but I mean, see if I can find it.
Josh was mentioning. He says I need to figure out noise reduction around AE around.
Yep.
That's
AE Auriga. Yep.
Auriga. I think one is working on your mask, because if you're able to utilize mask to focus on that particular section, all right, or that particular area that you really want to work on that noise reduction on, and keep everything else out of it, and you can go back and forth and just work in that area. I think that would help you when you're working on your on the noise reduction in PixInsight.
Yeah, and try different. There's more than one way to skin a cat with noise reduction. The PixInsight has a multiple of different scripts and processes that you could use. So take a look at like MLT. Take a look at that Mur denoise. Take a look at everything. Something may work on one picture that may not work on another. TGV.
Yeah. Excuse me.
Where's completed images? So like, here you go. I'll show you my Pelican real quick. And there's my Pelican.
No, that's not too much. You say that's too much?
No, this is what I like. This is what I like.
Yeah, I like the transition of the green. Going from the blue to the green to the gold.
Yeah,
I like that transition.
I like good. Stuff like that.
Especially around those brighter areas like the Pelican or like the Soul Nebula.
Yeah, exactly.
If you can those highlighted areas with that like brownish green look, it's so Hubble-esque, and that's a good transition.
And
I think we're gonna have to. And you know what? I think we're gonna end up having to learn a new palette when the James Webb really gets going. We have the Hubble palette. We're gonna have to end up doing the Webb palette.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's gonna be like I don't want to say it, but good green, Dad. Thanks, Chris. Appreciate it. But go ahead.
Sorry, my most recent image of the Pac-Man Nebula was the most green I've ever integrated into an image before, and it turned out to be like one of my favorite, which is just
there you go. And then we do have two more pictures. We have a late entry. Let's see. So here is M51.
Okay.
Nice.
And what scope was used with this?
And give me a second on that. I got too many windows open, so give me a second on that. And I got to erase some of these. That's not it. And so the 51, nope. Come on.
Right there. Yep.
81 5-minute shots, 2600. L Pro, flat. Let's see, where is it? Explore Scientific ED 165. Yeah.
Wow.
That's a monster.
That's a monster of a scope. Yeah, for sure.
On a Paramount MIT.
What was the scope again?
165 refractor.
Woo.
And can you go back to the info there again? To the text. Okay, so you used an L Pro.
Yep.
Okay, one thing, and this is just a suggestion. You can take it or leave it. Consider also looking at getting a narrowband filter, even with a color like an NBZ, and you can pull out and then you do something like an HA LRGB, because there is quite a bit of hydrogen that you can get around M51 in the spirals. So just an idea.
Yeah,
you know?
Dan, if you zoom in, you can like the brown regions within the spiral, like with hydrogen alpha, you can see like the brown, the dark regions. Yeah, and all the way through to the center.
You can start to see a little bit here.
You start to see a little
bit here.
Exactly. Yeah, those pretty much all that is hydrogen alpha data.
It's all purple. It's all HA. Yeah,
it just pops. Yeah, with a hydrogen alpha signal.
I think that's going to be my project now. That my next RGB project that I'm going to probably screw up in Portal 8, but I gotta try it. Whatever. Everyone's getting all these great pics of galaxies, and you know what? I took an M101 that I'm kind of happy with. It's okay. I need but it needs a lot more data. But I think there was only like 4 hours worth of data on it. But I mean, I think we have one more, if I remember right.
I think for that image, it's good. I think the background was clipped just that.
Yeah, a little bit. I noticed that as well. I think, need a little gray in there.
Using a luminance mask and just maybe increasing the saturation. Again, that's personal taste of the, saturation of the galaxy itself. Bring it in a bit more color, but good detail. It looks like good data, a good data set.
And M3 is next. Oh, wow.
Can't go wrong with a nice glob.
Crispy.
Look at that.
What is that? What's the info?
Let's see. I know.
God, look at all those old stars.
Yep.
So I guess I recently heard there's new star formation within a globular cluster, given the blue stars.
The blue stragglers.
Blue stars, yeah.
Which is that's awesome. Yeah, I just imagine being, a planet around one of those stars and waking up in the morning and seeing
one-shot color.
Yeah, 4 hours from Portal 4, GT 102 with the 183. So
that's a nice image. That's a nice
4 hours.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is the start of a beautiful relationship. Came really close to quoting Casablanca, just missed it by I think relationship. I think relationship is supposed to be friendship, but that's okay. And there, that's
I like that. I like that glob.
So that is. One time, I'm gonna have to figure out how to do a poll on this, and we could do a poll on it with all the people that are. We got 35 people watching right now, so and they're all sticking around, and we're an hour and a half in. So it's really cool. So.
You can always do a poll on the Instagram page too.
Oh yeah, that's right. I can.
You can do a poll, like do a top and bottom of the story, like a half top, bottom, and image. 2 on one story and vote top or bottom.
Yeah, I'll have to figure out how to do that on the fly. I can't do that and run this and do that all at the same time. I can't do it.
Right.
Too much.
No, but I like the glob. That's really good. M3, yeah.
So just to recap, we got the trunk. We got Auriga again.
Mm-hmm. Doesn't Mark Ellis have a cave image that he wants posted?
We did that one.
Oh, we did? He says we didn't.
All right, we'll do it again. Let me see if I can grab it. Let me see. I'm being told that we didn't. Maybe I'm wrong. Let's see if I can grab it real quick. And the cave, previous weeks. Chris, Dave's Rosette, Mark Ellis. There we go. TXT. And I'll download that. And so, download anyway. And so this is going to be Mark Ellis is the Cave Nebula with a 152 Explorer. Looks like let's. Oh man, he didn't do the math on it. So 250, 250, 250. What is that? 750? Almost, 8, a little closer to 800 minutes. So that's what 7 times 6, 8, about 8 something hours, 8.5 hours, something like that.
Okay. And where is it?
It's coming. I got download it. Come on.
Where is it?
Jeez. Shut up. Sit down.
800 minutes is about 13 hours.
Is it 13 hours? 800 minutes?
13.3333.
Yes. Yeah. Thank you. My math was way off. Yeah. Way off. I tried to do it fast. It didn't work. I used to be quicker. Prevagen failed me. But
that's nice. That Dark Nebula is
that is nice.
And I
don't think we did this one.
No, we didn't. I like
I'm gonna have to apologize to Mark because I don't think we've done this.
Maybe a little bit heavy on the noise reduction, but the Dark Nebula pops really
it
well.
does.
It's great contrast. I mean, look at that.
Great contrast. It definitely looks like the Dark Structure Enhance tool in PixInsight was used for this.
Yeah,
which is amazing. It's so good. If you
it's so quick too. It's so quick. You just then drop it in there. Yeah.
What's in that bottom right hand corner? Right there. Yeah. What is
that? I got you.
Yeah. That just caught my eye.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wow.
Little structure down there.
That's a 152. Is that a refractor?
152? 152. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wondered if I caught that in my cave nebula.
Wow, look at that.
I like the blue into the yellow. I like that. I like that transition.
This image is great. I think if you do SCNR the green, I don't know why, every time I see the Cave Nebula, that blue to green, that yellow to blue transition just works perfectly. Or an HA RGB image of this area is awesome.
All right. Yeah, I don't think we did this one. So I'm gonna have to apologize to Mark.
Mark, are you listening?
He's there. He's there. He's there. He's giggling his butt off.
Yeah, that Chris said mountains in the corner. That's exactly what I thought it looked like. Little mountain range down there at the bottom right. And that Peter pointed out. That's awesome.
Yeah. Yep.
Really nice images. Nice images.
All right. So we got the Auriga complex. Now we got the cave. We got M3. We got the horse head. We got the elephant trunk. And M51. Never did Dave's Rosette. Awesome image. That was in the corner. All right.
It's you know what? Sometimes this is a good thing. Sometimes these are hard to make a decision on because some of these are really good.
Yeah. Again, it's not saying if you don't win, that doesn't mean that you're bad. It just means.
Do we vote now? Do we have to vote now?
No, we don't have to vote now. Let's not vote now. I won't put the pressure on anybody. But let's say so we can put it out by tomorrow. If we could take a look at it tomorrow and maybe look at it again, and we'll announce the winner on Friday's show. How about that?
Do we have a guest on Friday?
We do.
Yep.
We do.
Sure.
We have Hendrik from Star Aid.
Nice.
Yep. We have that, and we also.
So you did get confirmation.
Yeah. I said that. Maybe that's when you didn't have speakers.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he emailed me today. Pete put the beat down on Hendrick, and finally got him to answer my email. So he's there. So let's take a look at these photos over the next 24 hours, and everybody get back to me, and we'll string in the votes, and hopefully maybe by next Wednesday I'll figure out how to do a poll on this thing. Everyone's telling me everyone's got a polling function, so.
Everybody's a critic now.
I got to figure out how to do it through vMix and all that kind of stuff. So I got to figure that out. It's a little bit more than a little bit more easier said than done. But you know what we do need to do though? We need to give away a $50 gift certificate to Woodland Hills.
All right.
I think the timing, what is it, 2 hours right now? So I think the timing is good, Dan.
Yeah, so let's do that. And let me grab the giveaway, and we'll get rid of it. And congratulations to Al Need, who won a 1-year subscription to IP for AP. Awesome. So Al, you'll be getting an email from Pete Proul on how to. What are you doing?
Oh, wait a minute. Dave's saying at least we didn't do Dave's rosette, or did he enter it?
Did I miss it?
Did we miss that?
Hold on. I'm sorry, Dave. Hold on. Dave, all I got was the text. I didn't get the picture.
Send it.
The picture isn't there. I got the hold on, what do you got? No, that's the horse head. Where is the rosette? Was it 2 weeks ago, Dave? No, we did that. Didn't you win? Didn't he win 2 weeks ago, the rosette?
Let's double check. I thought so.
Oh no, I you know what? I used it.
Was
Dave,
there another one? Was there another one?
No, we did go over this, and this was 2 weeks ago. I'll bring it up again. I guess he wants a critique, so we'll do that real quick. So.
Oh, that was the cigar that he won when he did this.
Gotcha.
Cigar.
And let me see. So I'll throw this over here, and Dave's rosette. And we did bring this up. Yeah, I remember this. I remember this picture.
Is this an HOO palette?
Let me just take a look and see. Dave's rosette. 294C Altair. Mead 80 millimeter triplet. 32 300 seconds with the L Pro and another 300 second 25 times by 300 on the L Extreme.
Nice.
So and just so you know, Dave, I actually used this picture in the newsletter, and I gave you credit for it. So
nice.
So this was I love this picture. I really do. I do.
There's something that's really cool about the transition from the red almost to magenta-like and into the blue.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. The color palette.
The color
pretty
is
unique.
really.
I like it's like it shows a little bit more purple than it really does. For whatever reason, when we do live, it shows a little bit more purple and a little bit more red. So it's really, it goes from like a blue hue in the middle to a very light purple to a deep red on the outside. It's actually pretty cool.
Yeah, that's what I'm seeing on the YouTube stream. I don't know if.
Oh, okay, I'm looking
really
on Melon. It looks a little different on the Melon one, but
what happened to Scott?
Yeah. Scott, I think he went to the bathroom. He'll be back.
Yeah, I think the color is pretty unique. I like it. The background I think is clipped. If you increase the mid-tones a bit, there's probably a decent amount of net. The stars look good. A decent amount of nebulosity around the outside that may be able to
lost.
You could bring the jumping cougar. You can that looks good there. You know.
Yep.
I think what do they call that whole area there? The the circus of animals. There's like elephant. There's the cougar. I know there's a couple more in there.
Okay, I never heard that. All right.
That's a new one for me.
Nah, maybe I'm
What?
wrong.
If you're not, so you got the zoo in the Rosette. So
The zoo in the Rosette. Yeah, I've
Yeah,
heard it once
so-
or twice.
But yeah,
I
I think you're right
Like a
there.
man walking.
This one right here.
Yeah.
Yeah. He looks like a zombie.
Yeah.
They always say that about the elephant trunk. It looks like a silhouette of a woman walking, and I've never.
Yeah.
I've never seen it. I still can't find the
Okay.
pelican in the pelican.
Have you seen the Rosette? They call it also the Skull Nebula.
Yeah, the
Flaming
flaming
skull.
Once I saw somebody outline the skull of the Rosette, it was game over. It is no longer a rose to me. It is a skull.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you can definitely see it. Like here's
I think
the
you have
head.
to rotate the image.
Yeah. Here's the head. Here are the eye sockets,
Yep.
and here's the mouth.
No.
Yeah.
No. Hang on.
No.
Let me show you.
Am I looking at something else? That's what I always thought it was.
Let me find a picture because let me share my screen real fast if you don't mind.
Yeah. Let me.
Because
hide mine.
this blew my mind.
Rotate 90 degrees counterclockwise. He said. You got it. All right.
All right. So here's one eye. Here's the other eye. Here's the nose.
Oh,
God.
I got it. I got it.
You see it? It
Yeah.
looks 100% like a skull to me.
Yep. I got it now. Now I got it. Yeah.
Now I can never unsee that.
I told you, dude, it was mind blowing. Like when I saw that, I was like, "There's
I'm
no way.
trying to look back to make it look like a rose again, and I
Nope.
can't.
It's
I
a
can't
skull.
for the life of
It's a
me.
skull."
Let's see. I'm curious. Let's see fast. Where's the fast rotation? There we go.
That's too funny.
I told like once I saw that, I was like,
And I can't. Oh yeah, there it is. Yeah, I'll show it. Let's see.
So I don't see it. What I'm looking
no.
Yeah.
"There
Oh,
you
this-
go." Yeah.
So here's the skull. So here's the head,
Yep.
eye socket, nose socket.
It has like that nose bone too and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got the
Yeah,
nose
like
bone right
that
here in the middle.
Yeah.
Now I can see
Yeah,
it.
yeah, I can't unsee it anymore. I'm trying to close my eyes.
You know,
really hard to go
and
back
it looks
to
like
the
this guy
and
had
then go
this
back
guy
to
had a
seeing the rose, and I can't anymore. It's gone.
this guy had definitely a
Welcome
bad
to the
day.
dark
It
side.
looks like he has a skull fracture right about here.
Yes.
And so somebody hit him. Somebody hit him.
Oh wow. You
Yeah,
can't
that's pretty
unsee it
mind-blowing.
anymore.
It's pretty mind blowing.
That is
Nice.
that is wild.
And
Distort your perception of reality, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
It
I
is.
mean, I'm actually imaging it right now in HA, and now all I can see is the skull. That's all I can see.
there's,
Thanks a
there's,
lot.
Yes.
there's there you go. There's something that you'll never not see again.
Oh, the Jar Jar.
God.
Speaking of Jar Jar, I watched
Scott,
all the Star
Scott's
Wars.
back. There you go. Scott's back. There he is.
Jar Jar.
Well, yeah.
Jar
So,
Jar Head Nebula.
we didn't do the $50 gift certificate.
yeah,
Let's do that.
Yeah, let's do it.
See, we started talking about flaming skulls, and now I'm never gonna see
I
that again.
can't get it out of my head now.
There you go. All right, so here we go. So round 2 for a $50 gift certificate to Woodland Hills. Here we go. Bob Clayton.
Bob Clayton.
Bob Clayton. I'll get a phone call from him on Saturday. He's a Camera Concepts customer. So Bob, give me a call. We'll get Woodland Hills to send you your gift certificate. So there you go. Yeah, lots of names, guys, girls, people out in the chat, if you don't register, you can't win. If you don't register, I'm not just throwing names in there. You got to register, and if you register,
you got a chance.
Then you get the wonderful newsletter that I've been putting out. So I put the first one out today. So Bob Clayton,
you gotta sign up to win.
You gotta be in it to win it.
You gotta be in it to win it. Come on, guys.
Bob Clayton, $50 to Woodland Hills Cameron Telescope. Awesome. So I will send.
If you go to AstroWorldWeb.com to our website, and down at the bottom, if Dave, you Dan, if you want to bring it back up, there is I believe there's a contact us.
So you go down to the bottom, and there's where you register.
Yeah, there you go.
And all you do is use your email, and if you just want to be in everything, you could go into the contact us part and just register for everything. I'm going to switch this around in the free newsletter. So once you register for the newsletter, you get registered for completely everything. So we might figure out a better way to do this eventually as we move on. But for right now, this is we were thinking about, what if somebody doesn't want Masters of PixInsight class? What if they want to do the 50? So I mean, I can't imagine somebody saying that, but I mean,
I can't.
I'm sure there's somebody out there that may or may not like it, but
Post-processing professionals.
Yeah, exactly. What is the URL? The URL is AstroWorldWeb.com. That's the website. And don't forget, you only got about a half an hour left. You got about a half an hour left for the Masters of PixInsight sale. It's an AstroWorld exclusive, half off on all of their recorded tutorials on PixInsight. You just go to, again, I'll put that in the chat. It's www.mastersofpixinsight /AW for AstroWorld. And not AW2. I'm sorry, I hit a 2 by accident. Come on. I'll write it again. Masters of. I'll do it slower this time. There you go. That's the right one. So you can go to that, and you get half off on all the way up to about 11:30. So go hang out with Masters of PixInsight, and they got some really great stuff. So let's see. Oh my God, my fingers are not working for me today. There you go. That's what it looks like. So go check it out.
Yep. And isn't there an option? I thought there was an option that Peter showed us, where you can actually sign up. There it is.
You could buy all 5 of the newbie series for $87.50. That's at the half discount price. You could buy the 4 intermediate for $70. And the photons to photos, if you buy them all, $105. Yeah. So it's really good stuff. So go check it out. And it's only good till about, the website says 11. The website says 11, but Pete's going to leave it open until a half an hour after the show ends. So 11:30 or so, he's going to shut it down. So it looks like 35 people have visited that website. So that's really nice.
Yeah, it's really cool.
So
good.
So
we have a question about the Pegasus Astro, the automated off-axis guider.
Yeah.
The Scopso AG. Has anyone ever used that before?
Nope. I haven't even seen one. I've heard of it. Go ahead.
No, sorry, Dan. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. It's all good.
No, I've seen it once before, but never looked into it. I'm looking into it now. I mean, it just seems like a an off-axis guider that kind of autofocuses itself.
Yeah, there's another one out there too that
It's the Optec Sagitta. Optec
Sagitta. The Sagitta, yeah.
Yeah.
So what they do is the lipstick guide camera fits into the motorized portion of the OAG, and then what you do then is you'll get a hub. The hub's got two ports, one port for the focuser, one port for the focuser on the OAG, and you can literally now automatically or remotely move the motor, which will move the guide camera up and down until you get that distance. Because remember, with OAG, distance A has to equal distance B. Mm-hmm. Distance A being the plane of the primary sensor to the pickoff prism on the OAG. Distance B being the plane of the sensor from the guide camera to the pickoff prism.
Now, my question is, if PhD, the main guiding software that most people use, they find the centroid of the star, and let's say you're using an autofocuser for your main imaging camera, like the ZW EFF or the Pegasus AstroCube, and you're only adjusting a few microns per night. The focus of the off-axis guider, a manual off-axis guider, that's not going to affect the quality of the stars within the off-axis guider that much, because PhD finds that centroid automatically.
Yep, the centroid is where the intensity of the energy is.
Exactly. So is there a benefit besides having to manually move the off-axis guider up and down, which can be a pain? Is there a benefit to having a automated off-axis guider?
Well, basically, it's really meant to be if you want to kind of be inside and say running it through a Pegasus and it's too cold outside, or if you're remotely accessing it and your telescope setup is God knows where. Because typically what will happen is that whenever you use an off-axis guide, you're not going to get a real round star. It's going to be just slightly elongated. But then again, it doesn't matter what the star looks like because you're only concerned about the centroid, because that's where the intensity is. So that's what you're looking for right there. So really, it just depends upon if you want to, with a temperature drop of say 10 degrees, you might start to lose, but you don't want to have your guide star being really perfectly. You want to kind of have it just slightly out of focus.
Yeah, and that's what I found as well. And you'll naturally become out of focus, especially in big temperature drops anyway. So that's not necessarily a bad thing. But if you have your setup in the backyard, and maybe it's in an observatory or under a tarp or something that you keep set up regularly, and you have your off-axis guider marked properly, then I don't personally think that an automated OAG is necessary. Just a standard manual focus ZW or ZWO or QHY off-axis guider will definitely suffice, because after you get that initial focus, you don't need to make an adjustment really at all.
No, it's just, once again, as I said, with the focuser, what happened is when I was at OPT, Jeff Dickerman and I got together and had a beer at lunchtime. And I was telling him about the only OAG on the market was the MMOG, the Monster MOAG. Mm-hmm. And so I said, Jeff, I got this idea about having a motorized movement, because if you really kind of want to tighten up the focusing, and all of a sudden I said, do you think that you got the capability to build it? So we kind of tossed around the idea on the Sagitta, and he sent me a prototype. And I said, Jeff, this is perfect. Can you make the manual version as well as the motorized version? So within a month, he had both of them. And that's kind of how the Sagitta got developed.
That's awesome.
Because typically the only one that was out there was just the MMOG, and that's the manual monster mode.
That was what, when the MMOG was out, like 9 years ago, maybe?
Yeah, that was Don Goldman. It was the one that kind of got that started with Astrodon, and then it was bought by OSI, Optical Structures.
Well, just remember, it's because just keep a couple things, for the newbies out there, keep a couple things in their thoughts when we're talking about off-axis guiders. Number one, know how much back focus you have available, first of all, because some off-axis guiders are rather large in the back. Some could go 30 plus millimeters with a smaller prism. So you'll want to make sure that you have a decent sized prism, and decent 12 millimeters. It would be probably that's the large one, but you got the cheapies that come out with the 8 millimeter ones. But if you're dealing with longer focal length scopes, you're going to be well pressed to find some sort of guide star somewhere. So you might want to, exactly, Chris.
The good thing now, with these CMOS sensors, that are becoming rather sensitive, there's only been one time in which I haven't been able to find a guide star, and it was when I was imaging the Sombrero Galaxy. And no matter what, and I was imaging at 1700 millimeter focal length, and no matter how I twisted my OSD, I could not find a single. And it only takes one. You just need one star, and I couldn't find it. Single one.
That's horrible.
See, the other thing that Dan brought up too is if you got the big pickoff prism, because there's only really 3 sensors or OAGs. There's the Sagitta, there's the Celestron, and then there's the Monstremo. They've got the 12 by 12 millimeter pickoff prism, but you got to get the largest sensor array on a guide camera, and that's going to be either the 174 mini.
Yeah.
Or the X2. No, the X2 is discontinued.
The Lodestar, yeah.
Pro, the Lodestar Pro, yeah.
I gotta be honest. I got my 178, and I know it's not as big as the 174, but my 178 is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. No matter what OAG I've used, or what focal length I image at, whether it's the I guess my RC would be my longest at 1625. I have the QHY5L, which I think is the 120 sensor from 6.5 years ago, and it's still a beast. And I love that guide camera.
Hey, whatever works, man. Whatever works for you, absolutely. If you're able to find it on that little dinky chip of yours, go right ahead. No, that's a really small chip. If it's a 120, that's a that's a tiny chip, But
I have the 462 from QHY is what I upgraded it with, but admittingly I kind of screwed it up. The prongs with the USB prongs got kind of jammed when I plugged my USB port in, and it doesn't work anymore.
So that brings up another point. Is people always ask me all the time, they say, Pete, what vocal length should I consider using OAG? And I always say right around about 1200 millimeters. If you get above 1200 millimeters, you really want to start thinking about OAG. And then that brings up another point. When we start looking at, say, like the C14 with a Hyperstar, you can't put an OAG on a Hyperstar, right? So you're going to definitely be stuck with a guide scope. And then what about the RASA, like a C14 RASA? You're going to definitely, once again, have to be stuck with a guide scope that's up on top. And we all know the issue what happens when you got such narrow vocal field of views, and then you got a guide scope with the potential for differential flexure.
Well, you have
with the RASA, it's a little different because that's pretty much dedicated. You can't change it. So you can with a mini guide scope. I mean, you can, because with even you have 400 with the RASA 8, you're about at 650.
I think 650 with the
650 for if you're going with an 11.
Yeah,
and then a little bit more. So for the 14, so you're in that 800, maybe 800 millimeter. So I really think with something like that, you could still probably get away with a small guide scope.
But see, this brings up another point. This brings up another point because everybody asks, they say,
ratio.
What's the ratio of the image scale for the guide setup to the primary camera? And you don't want to exceed a 5-to-1 ratio on image scale.
Don't want to, no.
And here's what I'll tell them. Go to astronomy.tools because astronomy.tools actually has a calculator.
Yeah, but let's say you don't have come on, just do the simple calculation. Okay. You guys got it freaking.
Listen to this. With my 1000, my Newtonian, my main imaging scope, it has a 1000 millimeter focal length. I popped on the 200 millimeter William Optics guide scope. That's a 1-to-5 ratio on the dot, and I still got differential flexure. So, ever since I got an OAG, it fixed that.
Yeah.
And my guiding is, significantly better with an off-axis guider. I find even with refractors,
Yeah.
An OAG provides better results.
Yeah.
But I was pretty surprised, admittingly, that at a 1/5 focal length ratio, that I was still getting differential flexure. So I don't know if 1/4 or 1/3, that's kind of the safe way to go. But at that point, you're talking about like a 60 to 70 millimeter doublet as a guide scope, and that's a little bit excessive.
That's a bit much.
Well, I'll tell you, I'm using the Evo, the 50, the Evo guide, 42, and with my 952 127, and I'm getting sub 0.5.
No, that's good there. That Evo is.
That's about a point. That's like
a good astrophotography scope in itself.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's why they even sell flattener for it.
Right.
Yeah, so.
I actually myself, when I had my 126 doublet, it was around 950 some, focal length. For me, I slapped this guy on, the small ZW OAG. And I've never had a problem. This was what I preferred to use, because I even at one point I did try when I and I may even still have some old pictures of it. I threw on my GT71 as a guide scope for that thing. It would work, but I mean, you talk about a massive setup here. You've got this 127, you got a 71 on top of it. It looked ridiculous, So that's why I just and that's why I decided, getting an OAG for something. For me, when you start approaching 1,000 millimeter focal length, when you're in that 950 and 1,000, that's when I say start thinking about it. What's it gonna hurt?
Yeah, if you have like a long, a lot of astrophotography, one scope doesn't do all unless you have like an Edge HD and a Hyperstar and a reducer. I guess that kind of works. But if you have, a refractor and then a long focal length scope, and then you use an off-axis guider for your long focal length scope, just keep the off-axis guider attached to your imaging train and just take off your imaging train at 55 millimeters and attach it to your APO, attach it to your nude or your SCT or your RC, and it's going to work for every single imaging setup you have, and you don't have to worry about making back focus adjustments or anything like that. And that's why I just do off-axis guider all the time, 24/7, no matter what the scope I use.
Well, we've got an interesting guest that's going to come on, and I know Dan and I have talked about it, but it's Dr. Gaston Badat, and he is the innovator with Innovations Foresight on ONAG. He's been asking to be on the show, so we're going to definitely get him on, and he'll talk about ONAG on axis guiding. So it's going to be interesting.
On axis guiding.
Yeah, on axis guiding. So take a look at that if you don't know anything about it. It's pretty interesting.
That's using the imaging camera, right?
Kind of what we got right here. We're definitely looking at an on-axis guiding, because once again, what it's doing is it's literally splitting the infrared light from the yellow, green, blue, violet, and it's a really interesting concept. But I mean, you got to talk about calculating back focus. I don't know energy. That's really hard. So that's the question I want to ask him, because I've tried to do it, and I tell you what, I get stuck trying to do it. But he's going to be an interesting guest to have on.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow.
All right. Well, we just hit 226 minus 15 minutes for the music that everybody loves to hear, because it's just cool. So let's see, we still got 27 people watching. So we got congratulations to Al Need, who won the 1 year IP for AP, and Bob Clayton, who won $50 for Woodland Hills camera and telescope. So it's gonna be interesting. We're gonna be giving another $50 gift certificate on not this Wednesday, next Wednesday. We'll be giving another $50 gift certificate, and we'll be giving away another workshop for free, Masters PixInsight workshop.
Nice.
So we'll be doing that. I want to try and do one before the 22nd show, because that's when their next workshop is. So that would be a good thing to give away. Other than that, I think you right there.
Yep.
All right. Okay, wait, Tegan go to the bathroom?
Yeah, you might have stepped away.
Okay, we'll go like that for now. There you go. We'll get him back in a second. All right. So don't forget. Tegan's back. And Friday night, don't forget, we have Hendrik Bieseman from Star Aid coming on. They're going to give us a rundown of the Star Aid. That's going to be a lot of fun. I've been looking forward to that for a while. I wanted to check this thing out. It's like a self-contained, all-in-one guider. It's going to be kind of cool. Might fix some of our problems. So.
Hey, is that Jerry Valdez asking a
Yep.
question about binning? What was he?
Yeah. If you've been on one camera, do you been on both?
For OAG?
Proper sampling and guiding is still important.
Yeah, typically, even if I use a guide camera, guide scope, I always bin 2x2.
Me too.
Yeah.
And followed up with noise reduction 2x2.
Is that what you guys normally, I guess for me, sometimes it depends on the scope I'm using, if I'm going to bin or not. But maybe sometimes it doesn't really matter.
I actually experimented with that last night, a 1 and 2 binning, along with the noise reduction setting in PhD, 2x2 or 3x3 noise reduction. And it seemed like 2x2 actually matching your binning settings gave me the best results.
Okay.
All right.
So who knows? Maybe it was a fluke, but I went from 0.79 to 0.5.
Yeah, because I know with my Edge 8, I do bin 2x2 there, because if I don't, then I'm really under sampled if I don't bin 2x2 with the Edge 8. But it's just weird with all of my other scopes. It seems that binning 1x1, and also depending on that camera, that 1x1 usually works on the smaller focal length scopes, the Rasa, the refractor I got. So I guess
it's typical of your scene conditions too. I mean, typical your scene conditions are 2 to 4 arc seconds across the country. So if you're at 2 arc seconds to 3 arc seconds seeing, you can bin 1x1, 2x2. When you get to 3 to 4, then you're going to probably end up having to bin 2x2 or 3x3. Once you get above 4 to 5 arc seconds, once you get above 3x3 binning to 4x4 binning, that star is moving around a central point. So you got to have enough pixels to be able to get it. So I just say, you know what? If you're between, say, 2 to 4 arc seconds, you'll be fine doing 1x1 or 2x2 binning. You'll be fine.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, if you're doing an all-facts guide, I think if you're guiding through a guide scope at 250 millimeters, 1x1 standard is fine. But if you're changing focal lengths from 360 to 1600 or 2032 millimeters, considering bending your guide camera through your off-axis guiders.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'll remember that with the SCT, because I've usually been even with the 174 mono, it's a large sensor, but I'll have to do that and try that with the Schmidt.
You'll see an increase in your signal to noise on your on your PhD graph, the yellow bar that calculates the star's brightness. Whenever that goes up, I always see an improvement in guiding.
In guiding?
Yeah.
Okay. That's good to know.
I'm actually playing around with my scope, so I'm trying to do something before I go to bed.
Right.
All right.
Yeah. Now I keep, like I said, I'm imaging the Skull Nebula now, because I can never follow the road again. And it looks like freaking Skeletor.
Yeah. Now it does.
Sorry, guys. Sorry, not sorry.
Man. That's all right. That's all right.
Changed my world.
Now I see the skull. I'll never not see it again.
Yeah, for sure.
But, all right.
I
So
intend to ruin lives.
you do it well. You do it well, my friend.
That's awesome.
All right. I guess it's almost 11:15. Let's do some final thoughts and call it a night.
All right.
All right. Go around the top, Eric.
No. Right now, No real final thoughts or anything like that. Another good show. Again, I'm never going to unsee this. So thank you so much again, Tegan. But besides that, no, it was a fun show. And thanks again to Peter, and the guys over at Master of Pix Insight for what they've done. That's phenomenal. Giving our subscribers this opportunity to get this content that they've I think is a really good value. So thank you.
Yep, absolutely. Pete?
Well, kudos to Pete and kudos to Sean for stepping up and being sponsors. More importantly, all of our winners tonight on the Wheel of Fortune.
Yeah, exactly.
I like the idea that we'll definitely critique the photos, and then I'm thinking maybe in the near future we should probably put out another contest where we'll just say we'll critique all of our worst photos. Maybe like our first images. That would be
great.
You
know what we do? We just get everybody's worst photo. We just throw it in a pot. We don't tell them whose it is.
Exactly.
And have somebody pick the worst.
Wins.
Yeah. And whoever gets the right one or whatever. But it would be kind of cool because we all started from somewhere. So it'd be interesting to see what our first photos look like.
We'll take the best of the worst and the worst of the worst.
There you go.
Compared with, we could do like I feel like everyone's first photo is Orion or Andromeda. So, you could we could do like their like a kind of like a their first photo and then like their most recent photo of that same nebula and do kind of like compare and contrast. Yeah,
I'd have to look for my first photo. I don't even know. It's got to be somewhere in the 90s, somewhere. I'm in the 90s folder somewhere.
It's under your Image Plus folder.
Yeah, no, yeah, it's definitely. It might be under my SAC folder.
It's so funny, 6 years ago, I started AP in 2015, and even back then, I had Cloudy Nights and Stargazer's Lounge and Astronomy Forum as my main sources of information because there is nothing out. Even 7 years ago, there is nothing out there. And with CCD, like it was cool, but Dan, you're probably like, oh, that was 2015. Like I was imaging in the 90s. Like I think that's awesome.
But you know what? You know what the thing with me is about being involved in it for so long. And Pete, anybody else that's been imaging, I don't know how long you guys go back, but people are becoming better imagers now quicker.
Oh my God.
Than literally, I've been doing this 20 years. And I'm still not as good as some of these people that have been doing it a year.
I see this all the time, and I attest it to, like amazing innovative ideas that
Yeah, absolutely.
Software, the ASIA Pro, things that make it easy. These CMOS cameras that are relatively inexpensive but produce awesome results. The knowledge on YouTube. Like I know 14 and 15-year-olds that produce fantastic.
I know, it's crazy.
Images. And I'm just like that's
the interesting
awesome.
thing is the photography now is what the pros used to do. I mean, these were professional astronomers back in the 60s and the 70s. I mean, you're right. 14, 15-year-old kids are doing stuff now with pretty pictures that the greats would take hours. And remember, they had glass plates. Remember, they had the big glass plates up there at Mount Wilson and Palomar. I mean, now what do we got? We got algorithms. We got software that is incredible.
And some people call it cheating. Some people, but
no, it's
pretty pictures are pretty big. Everything comes with advancements of technology. It reminds me, back in I think 1995 was the first astronomy picture of the day published by NASA, and that's when I started looking at APODs, and I was always mesmerized by the photos they produced, and that was the late 90s. But nowadays it's so cool. It's so awesome.
Cool. It is cool.
And I never personally thought like, oh, I love these photos. I can't take one of those, but like, alas, like it's amazing.
Oh yeah.
Well, that brings up another topic that what we'll do is we'll post our photos. We'll let the membership judge our pictures.
Yeah.
We can do.
It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. And we're gonna have a Zoom. We're gonna have one probably sometime in the summer. We'll have a Zoom where I'm just gonna throw the link out to the entire membership, and whoever wants to come on can come on. We'll just have a big meeting.
Yeah.
Oh man.
So sometime in the summer, probably in the second half of AstroWorld, where we get our little break, and then maybe after the break. But
Is that break to keep Scott awake?
I
think it is.
Scott, you're up. Scott, you're up, my friend.
Yep, you're next.
Turn my mic on.
There you go. Let me kick you back a little bit because you're coming in really hot.
There you go, Eric. Give him some.
What? My mic is coming in hot.
Oh yeah.
Like a.
There you go. You're good now. You're good now.
Yeah, I had an interesting thing happen. Maybe 4 or 5 days ago, there was somebody that put out a video about the Celestron dew heater ring. I don't know if you guys saw it, and they were claiming that the dew heater was approaching 208 degrees.
Okay,
that seems awfully hot to me.
I'd have to do
really
a
hot.
check on that. You can feel within several seconds, 30 seconds, you can feel the corrector plate on the SCT starting to warm up just around the very edges, right next to the dew heater.
right.
I'd have to do a temperature check myself.
Yeah, I'd have to check that out.
Yeah, you couldn't touch 208 degrees; you'd burn yourself.
Yeah,
I know
sure.
once you plug it in and you feel it, it gets warm. I wouldn't doubt it. Almost, I wouldn't doubt it. Is that too hot though? Is that gonna produce any kind of
the thing that was a concern is that you would turn that on a plate that was frozen and crack the corrector plate.
Yeah.
See, okay, I will attest to this. I put my scope in the freezer, an 8SE, put it in the freezer for 1 hour with the dew heater ring not on, but it was attached. I brought it out and immediately plugged it in 100% power, and nothing happened. It didn't crack.
You're a brave man.
Yeah.
Well, is it for an experiment? I wanted to see how fast it could dissipate the dew. Because bringing it out of the freezer,
sure.
into a 72 degree room, or don't argue about how warm I keep my house, but that's it didn't crack or anything. So that's about as cold as it was 0 degrees. The corrector plate was at 0 degrees.
This guy was sending up basically a flare, of fear, saying that, hey, I'm never going to put this thing myself. It's a Celestron product meant for Celestron scopes. You would think that they did a quality control on it, and tried these different extremes. I mean, obviously there are people.
Oh, Scott's boys playing games again.
Yeah.
So, but I can also see
electrical storm. Scott, you got another electrical storm down there?
It's his dew heater ring.
Yeah. Yeah, Scott, you're spazzing out. Yeah, we lost you.
Yeah. Dew heater ring.
Now he's totally frozen, I think.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah, his son's playing those video games.
He's back.
Well, if you had Eric's processor, you wouldn't need to worry about it.
All right.
You lucky man.
Yeah.
Eric's processor is draining the national grid.
Yeah, no kidding, right? My gosh.
All right, fellas. Yeah, it's almost 11:30. It's time for me to actually maybe take one picture, and I think I'm gonna try and see if my rotator actually rotates, and we'll give that. Do you know if a MacBook Air can run PixInsight? Yes, it can.
You know what? I just slap my camera on and I frame however it is. I'm like, you know what? Deal with it.
Yeah. I tell you though, with this new ASI Air add-on, they're still in beta with the whole framing and everything.
Yep.
It's really nice with the Sky Atlas. It is really nice with the whole framing, so you can really see with the angle of your sensor and see how that shot is lining up. It's pretty helpful. It is pretty helpful.
I mean, I don't know about Nina because I haven't looked at that, but SGP, you plate solve once, get your framing, you use the framing mosaic wizard and select whatever target you want and decide.
So it's kind of
it's very similar, very similar.
Okay.
So and same thing with Nina does the same thing. And
I think we do Scott.
He's down and out. Good night, Scott.
He's a yes man.
Good night.
Yeah. Night, man.
I know he's back. I think he just kind of shut his video and brought it back on. Okay. So
Peter, do you have any ongoing projects? I feel like I haven't seen an image from you.
What projects? I mean, right now I'm working with
photography, like any imaging.
Oh no! What happens is I don't image in the wintertime. Up here in the foothills, it gets down to 20 degrees, and I'll be damned if I'm going to be outside. But I know I'm going to save for Nico and put the system outside, because what happens is we'll get snow up here, and I mean it'll only be like 8 to 9 inches, but when it gets down to cold, I don't want to sit outside. But in the summertime, late spring, like around about April 10th, 15th to October 1st. Yeah, I've got a spot up here that I go to. It's a Bortle 1, dark skies, real clear. It's got a beautiful view, north, south, east, west, unobstructed. And as I said, if any of you guys are coming out to the AIC show, make it a point to stick around for a day or two up here in Placerville, and we'll take you up there. It's a little winery called Jose Wine Caves, and it's a great little spot. You just I buy a bottle of wine from them, and I'm spending the night just kind of enjoying the sights and imaging and just kind of drinking wine.
Sounds like a hell of a night to me.
Wow.
Yeah. I not going to happen this year. Probably next year.
But yeah, I that's something that's really awesome there, Pete. To have that opportunity to be in those types of skies and be an unobstructed view like that. That's really cool.
It's kind of like Jerry Valdez. When I was living in North San Diego County, we'd have to drive out to Palomar Mountain, and it would be on the east side of the slope of the mountain, out at a place called Lake Henshaw, and it was like Bortle 4, but that was like an hour and a half, 2 hours away. Jerry lives in San Diego, and right now he goes out to Terra del Sol, which is halfway between El Centro and San Diego, and it's right there by the Mexican border. But it is dark skies there, and it's just flat. But there's just so, like with you, Dan, there's just so much light pollution now.
Yeah.
You got to travel over Hell's Half Acre to get to a dark sky site.
Yeah.
And Eric, same with you in Chicago. I mean, it's just, you're right there in the heart of all that light pollution.
Yeah. I'm fortunate that I'm not actually in Chicago proper, so I've lucked out. I'm in the far suburbs, so I'm in like Bortle 6, Bortle 5, 6. But I know. But if I was actually back in the city, living back in the city, it's Bortle 9. So you can forget about it.
Yep. See, the thing about, I think, Dan, is as I get older, like I'm 66 years old, and I tell you what, it was great when I was younger to be outside imaging. I could be out there, but man, as you get older, you're sitting out there with your portable rig, and this is before we had all the automation. Because remember, we used to have to guide with the eyepiece.
Yeah.
And we used to have to guide to be able to get the image. And I'm telling you what, all you young guys, you've got it made now with all this technology. I mean, us old guys, we kind of set the standard of what we had to go through, but it really was a learning curve.
Film and manual guiding. Gotta love it.
It's funny. But, as I said, it is a great hobby. I mean, it is, as you said, the technology today is phenomenal. This is the golden age for what we do in this hobby. And like Tegan, you said, 14, 15-year-old kids now. I mean, the imaging that they're doing. Can you imagine when they're 25, 30, or 40? They might get the hobby because they're married, got a couple of kids, but once they get back out and the kids move out, they'll be back into the hobby, right? When they're 50.
Well, if you manage your time, kids won't stop you.
That's true.
So I'm going to throw out one last question out there because I'm talking to somebody in the chat. Thoughts on this? And I know my thoughts on it. We apparently know Eric's thoughts on this. But processing a project in PixInsight on a laptop? Yay or nay?
Yay! I mean, if you have a product, like that's
It
all.
can be done if you
Depends on
have
the
enough
laptop.
RAM and you have enough. If you have enough firepower, it can be done.
So
Well, the gentleman's looking at an M1 Apple MacBook with 8 gig of RAM.
8 gig of RAM is more powerful with an M1 MacBook than like 12 or 16 gigabytes on a a Ryzen.
Is it?
I think so. Yeah. So
Yep.
my processor, what I have the 3050 processor and 16 gigabytes of RAM, and it blows through anything. My old laptop had 8 or 12 gigabytes of RAM, didn't even have a good graphics card, and it still worked well. So I think an i7 personally, you can do an i5, you can get away with an i5 with PixInsight. An i7 is recommended. Definitely 12 gigabytes of RAM or more. That's like, and then an external hard drive for all your data that you collect.
Well, there you go. I hope that answers Andrew's question. I think it does. I did not know that with the M1 chip. I'm not a Mac user. I got my Ryzen 9 16 core. I think I'm okay with that. So
16 core, yeah, Dan, you're set. But in M1, I've heard is
M1. I've heard is awesome. Yeah.
For my editing, for video, editing like 4K and Adobe Premiere and After Effects, I consider the M1 just because I hear so many great things, but I decided to, the 3060, the Intel, it's just I'm more familiar with. I don't like PC or Mac very much, so.
Well, it's again, it's one of those Coke and Pepsi conversations.
And Pepsi.
Yeah, I'm a Coke person, but we both like Windows, so we both like Windows chipsets, I guess.
There we go.
Yeah. All right. Well, that added another 20 minutes onto the show. So I'll tell you, we just keep going, and it never ends. But it's got to end sometime, and I really got to go do something with this telescope. But Tegan, I guess you're the last one for final thoughts.
PC, but no, I don't really have. No, I'm just kidding. I feel like my final thoughts are always the same. If you want to improve your images, get more data. That's it.
Yep.
Practice your post processing, get more data. It's easier.
Yep. And get as much, go to YouTube, get all the information you can, or just make sure you're getting the right information.
Yep.
Because there's a lot of garbage out there. There's a lot of good stuff, but there's a lot of garbage. Be careful what you get.
That's how you sort it through it is what matters.
Yep. It's information assimilation. Right?
Those with the most views aren't always the best.
No, that's definitely true. That is definitely true. All right, fellas. Anything else? Are we good?
I think we're good.
I think we're good.
I think we're good. All right, so don't forget Friday night. We got Hendrik coming on, giving us a rundown on the Star 8 on Friday, 8 p.m. And then we'll also release the winner of the current picture of the week. So everybody, have a good night. Take care. And as always, keep imaging, keep educating, and clear skies. And we'll see you Friday night. Have a good night, everybody.
Good night, guys.
Bye-bye. Tegan was out before.
He's gone.
I really don't think he knows that we hang out a little bit afterwards. Because Pete was like that too. Pete would be out, and he'd be like, "All right, later." And then I was like, "Pete, by the way, we hang out after the show, right?"
No, I didn't. He is a ghost.
So Christian, when Christian called, the reason why he couldn't do what he stated is that
I read your email.
Yeah, but what he said is that when he's going to be coming on to do the show when he's down in Australia, what he'll do is he'll be able to go ahead and get some data at that particular time, and he'll be able to go ahead and help us out just on that one time. So we'll have some data from my telescopes when he's down there do that show.
Yeah,
So
that's you know, hey, listen, we're not expecting anything for free, and he's already given us an educational discount on iTelescope. So
yeah.
So
Dan, check to make sure that we're not streaming.